So this is Human Spirit Agency. Most of you probably know what this is. I got it a week or two ago. It's a fan game. That's kind of like it's like RPG Maker. It's made in RPG Maker, and it's like Phoenix Wright, and the translator, Real Shadow, because I asked him if he wanted a name drop. He said he was fine with it, so I'll give him his name drop. But he doesn't really have any socials. But I have this. As you can see, he's told me that he's since partnered up with somebody who actually can do graphics. So we have graphics in here. We have translated graphics now. So now the start screen is translated and we can see it, which is great. So this is case 2. Case 2 is finished, and I am ready to play it. Let me just get my controller. So I really like this game, and I was looking forward to more. And a lot of people actually were in a similar vein on the VOD channel. They were really interested in this game. A lot of people never heard of it, and some people even asked me where they could get it. But unfortunately, I can't help you with that because there is no English version available yet. So I'm just gonna start the game, and we're gonna start from another chapter. I am the only source of this game in English right now. Yes, I am acting as a playtester essentially. So the second chapter is done. Third, fourth, and fifth are not. So we're gonna go right into it. I was told this would take about an hour and a half if you're playing on your own, which means streamer time wise, this will probably be, I can knock this out in one stream, but it will take a while. Now I can finally. The Shrine Maiden. Gensokyo. All of it. All of it shall. Stop. So just a reminder, chat, this game is, Phoenix Wright levels of graphic violence, salvageable tragedy. So these are all translated now, which is nice. 364 days until tragedy. Okay, so that's what that was saying. Also, his characters, obviously character portrayal is a little out there in a lot of places, so try to pay it no mind. Just enjoy it for what it is, I suppose. Alright. Let's go. Case 2. Does everybody remember what happened in the first case? This badge. The Yakumo family should have taken it back a year ago. If this was found on Rainbow Hakare, that means she had something to do with it after all. That incident. Just, where are you? If you're out there somewhere, please come back already. Gensokyo's #1 Tengu. I think I need to change the volume again because it's a new executable. Chat, how's volume? How's that? Is the volume okay? Is it good? I forgot that there was a new thing. Gensokyo's #1 Tengu Aya Shamemaru. Yes. I seem to have heard the sound of my door's lock being broken. Well, how do you want to die? Wait, hang on for just a moment. Why does she do this? Ow. I got some medicine from the back. Apply it yourself. Yeah. Yomu-san is too violent. I didn't get to read that. Oh? I didn't say anything. And? I'll pay for the door. That's what I like to hear. Ow. As long as you properly knock and then walk in, we won't have any problems. Got it? Why is that green text? How many times have I said this already? 11 times, maybe. Got it. I've heard that 11 times too. Ow. Alright, serious talk. Why'd you kick down my door first thing in the morning? Well, you still remember what happened last night, right? I'm here to inform Yomu-san of the aftermath. Oh? Reimu-san was directly sent to Yukari-san after being taken away by Kita-kun and the others. Oh, I forgot about Gregory. She's probably repenting in Mayohiga right now. We never did get any information on Rainbow's motive. Also, Mayoiga is pretty sure there's supposed to be an H in there, right? Considering Reimu-san is Gensoku's one-of-a-kind Hakude Shrine maiden, she'll probably be released sooner rather than later. She killed a person. I see. It's frustrating, but it can't be helped. As for Kane-san, she's been placed under house arrest, but thanks to the villagers' pleas, it was decided that she'd only be locked up for a week. She's Kane, the one in charge of history after all. She didn't kill anyone either. So putting her on the spot for too long wouldn't be good. Yeah, the brats in the village are super happy though, since they get a week of playtime. Yeah, kids sure are simple. Huh? Speaking of, when did Yomu-san become a panda? Huh? What? Did you not sleep at all last night? Oh. I've never heard that expression before. Well, I probably should have waited before giving that to you, huh? Calling a hunch, Yomu-san still can't put the matter to rest. No, I can't just forget about it like this. I have to find out what happened to her no matter what. Why not? Ask her. You mean the owner of this badge? Oh, she's alive? Unless Yomu-san. It's been a year already. Yomu-san still won't forgive her? If only she hadn't failed, things wouldn't be like this. Sorry, I got too worked up. Yeah. Well, better to see something once they hear it 1,000 times, she said as she constantly says the same fucking 2 words every sentence. How about we pay the Hakude Shrine a visit? The Hakude Shrine? We did find this badge on Reimu-san after all, right? That would mean Reimu-san most likely had something to do with that case. In that case, we might be able to find some clues related to that case at the shrine. Fair point. Yeah, let's go there right now. Dude, running into Reimu right now would be really awkward. But let me hang a sign on the door first. That way, if anyone needs me while I'm out, they can just leave a message. Aye. Let me help out too. Yes, I'd appreciate that. Yeah. What? When you put it like that, it's embarrassing. Your expression isn't convincing at all. Reimu Hakude, what part did you play in that case a year ago, I wonder? For the truth and for her, I swear I'll unveil your secrets. Save the game? Sure. Welcome to the shrine. We're finally here. Suika. I don't have any food. I'm hungry. Still as quiet as ever. Yeah, nothing's changed. This place has always been peaceful, but last night, Reimu. Yeah, Yomu-san. Let's just go say hi to Suika-chan first. We can't just walk in and turn the shrine upside down after all. Yeah, that's true. I'm not moving. Oh, here she is. Oh, you're small. I mean, I don't know what I expected. Huh? Sekai Ibuki. They say she's one of the 4 great Oni. She loves drinking the most. Her gourd pretty much never leaves her side. She has the ability to manipulate the density of anything and everything. She even manipulated the density of banquets. Density? Wait a minute, what? Is that a word, chat? Density? Density. That has to be an accident, right? Of banquets in the past. Her power is nothing to scoff at. She currently lives in the Hakude Shrine, so she would be on good terms with Reimu. I wonder what she thinks of me. What's up, Suika-chan? Ah, but isn't the good old Aya. What's up? Long time no see, Ibuki-san. Oh? Those sharp eyes, that fluttering silver hair, the elegant flower. I know you. You're the half-human, half-snake, right? Suika-chan, Yomu is half-human, half-phantom. Oh, yeah, my bad. I meant half human, half phantom. I got confused because she looks too much like that kind of person. A snake? Yomu-san, don't mind it. It's fine, it can't be helped. Speaking of, to what do I owe the pleasure, Aya? Oh, well, Yomu does not have a lot of friends, huh? That's how it is, so could Suika-chan let us search for things related to Reimu? Do I even gotta say it, since Aya asked me herself? Of course I won't allow it. Huh? Why not? No matter what, this concerns the tiny bit of privacy Reimu has, yeah? Reimu wouldn't want people to go through her things either, right? You gotta give people some privacy, you know? Especially snakes in the grass. Yeah, that's... Maybe I'll let you if you drink me with me till I black out. Yeah, there's no way that's possible. Hopefully this doesn't agitate her too much. Ibuki-san? Half snake, half phantom, something you need? This badge is related to a case that is, to this day is still unresolved. I'm sure you know that as well. It wouldn't even be a stretch to say that this incident has affected the entirety of Gensokyo. We must get to the bottom of that incident. This is for the sake of Gensokyo as a whole. We can't let our emotions get in the way of this. Heh. That's the half phantom for you. Alright, I'm convinced. So, search whatever you want. Try not to kick over the stuff from last night's banquet, though. But don't worry if you do. Just wait until Reimu gets back. She'll clean it up. Yeah, and I was worried we'd hit a dead end. I never thought Yomu-san would be able to convince her so easily. She might not look like it, but she's been around for a very long time. She knows what's important and what's not. Her judgment just gets clouded by her emotions sometimes. She'll correct it when she realizes it. That's the Oni for you, huh? Yeah. But she's still very good friends with Reimu. I doubt she'll forgive me overnight. Yep, it sounds really troublesome. Let's focus on finding clues for that. We can sort things out with Suika at a later date. Aye. Let me remember my controls now. In front of us from left to right, the storehouse, the main shrine. If we're doing this, we have to make sure we search all the places. Yep, but there's a lot more stuff in the storehouse. Better we split up. I'll search the storehouse. Yomu-san can search the other places. Alright, sorry to trouble you with this. Come on, there's no such thing as trouble between us. Okay, bye. Aya, don't get shanked in there. I have to search the entire shrine, huh? Let's get the ball rolling then. Alright. Evidence. Alcoholic Oni. Good friends with Reimu. The Hakade Shrine's Chozuya. Chozuya is a Shinto water ablution pavilion for ceremonial purification rite known as Temizu or Chozu. Oh. I thought it was a well. I mean, isn't it a well? Alright, no, you're fine. No, it's okay. I learned something today. That's all. We just do a little bit of learning right now. That's all it is. There's no run button. I'm just looking at everything. Alright, Yomu, we're going home. No? Unclean site of the banquet. Unclean site of the banquet. Simply unclean, unclean, unclean. Gotta find that secret note that does nothing. It's all pointless. Aya is searching to decide. Let's not disturb her for it without a good reason. Oh. No comment on the empty box? Classic. Puddles and ponds. I should probably avoid bringing up Rainbow as much as possible. Hey, Buki-san. Yomu Compact. Is something the matter? Regarding what happened a year ago, is there anything you can tell us? Come on, you know way more than I do about that case. You even got time to shine up there. Shine up there, right? Yeah, that's true, but I was actually asking about Ray. Crap, I accidentally said it out loud. Heh. Uh-oh. Got to change the subject. Fast. Why are you standing here? The donation box seems to have been moved, too. It was originally in front of the door, I think. Oh, that's because I'm looking for something. I've been working my fingers to the bone these past few days. I even bruised my hand the other day, and now I can't drink properly. What's got you so worked up? A few days ago, that magical mallet thingy disappeared. The miracle mallet? You mean the one behind Seija Kishin? Oh, right, I forgot. Seija showed up. Chat, I forgot. She showed up at the end of the first case and was like, check out my crop top. And then I got to see her tummy. I remember that. Yeah, you've always kept it in the donation box. What? But it went missing a few days ago. What do you mean you kept it in there? You kept it in a place like that, really? It was my idea. It's a big old empty box anyhow. Not even a thief would bother looking there. Which conversely makes it the safest place, yeah? Speaking of the miracle mallet, could it be that inchling? Me and Rainbow already searched her at all the places she hangs out at. Couldn't find a single trace. That reminds me, I haven't seen her since last night. She didn't run off somewhere, did she? What a troublesome little brat. In that case, maybe Seija. Oh, her. Rainbow paid her a special visit and was sure she wasn't the one who took it. I see. The miracle mallet's gone missing. What's going on? Just a second, chat. I need to get some food because my tummy's a rumbling and I didn't get time to eat because I woke up and I was mad. So let me just get some food in my stomach here real quick so I can like function like a whole fucking human being for just like a couple hours. That's all I need. Barely. Okay, that's fine. Ouch. I have pizza pops in my microwave. I'm going to eat those. Those are going to be my food of choice. It'll hold me for a little bit. I don't have anything better because I have not had a desire to go to the grocery store in a while. I've been cooped up in my house, brooding and being upset at the state of affairs. I was ready to be over it, and then I woke up and saw what I did. Motherfucker! Job's gone. The main shrine. It's brighter than I expected. You know, chat, I saw the origin for that. So what happened was, Michael Jackson was like performing live, right? And the song was supposed to end, but the song, like they didn't end the song when they were supposed to. So then Michael had to like improvise, and like just while he's singing on stage, he just goes, "Job's gone." Like he straight up fired, like he fired that someone live, alive, like, and the way he did it is hilarious, honestly. I never knew the origin of that. I thought that was like a song lyric or something, but no. It was a technical issue, and he just ad-libbed, and then he just dropped the "Job's gone." You can look it up. I found it cause Vinny, like, it's an emote that Vinny has, like the gone emote. I thought it was a song, so I was gonna find that for the starting, but it turns out it was just like a clip from when he performed live. I was like, wow. It's a bunch of medical supplies. Seems they're all from A&T. Bandages, ointments, disinfectant. Huh? What's with the pile of bloody bandages? Gross. Ugh, never knew Rainbow Hakare was this unhygienic. Seems like these aren't fresh bandages. It's been here at least a few days. Used bandages. Ew. Bunch of older books. This is the Reimu house. It's pretty nice. The Reimu house is pretty nice. There's literally nothing in here except that. Yeah. That voice. Aya. Do you think Shimmy's the one who bit the bullet? Yo, I bet she... I know what happened. I bet that's Shimmy there. Shimmy in the urn right there. Aya, what happened? Aya, talk to me. What's going on? Inside the sake jar. Oh, the sake jar. This is... Oh, shit. Sukuna Shinyomaru. Hey, what you guys doing in here? Wait, did you find something fun? It's so fun that you're at a loss for words. Why are you staring at that jar? I already drank all the sake inside. Whoops, didn't mean to say that. Ah, good thing Reimu isn't here. Hello? Anyone there? What kind of treasure did you guys find? The mallet in here? No way. It's in this jar, huh? That's... Wait. You can't be serious, right? Save the game. Alright. Well, chat, we found victim number 2. I was joking. I was gonna say, like, what if Shimmy's like a body? But, like, if Shimmy gets stepped on, she's like, you know, that can be just ruled as an accident. But I guess, alright. Anyway, I gotta get my pizza pops. Alright. I remember, I warned you, chat. I warned you about the state of this game. You're gonna see some characters who are the dead. Whether you like it or not, characters are dead. Or characters you love. Or characters you don't like. Who knows? Who can say? Shimmy's gone. Shimmy's gone. Shimmy fans are not having a good time. But you know what? This is a monkey's paw situation, chat. You know what this is? This is monkey's paw. This is, I wish my newer characters would show up in fan games. Well, here's your new character showing up in a fan game. Sorry, not new character, new cadaver. Yomu! Aya! Sukuna Shimyomaru's body in that sake jar. The descendant of the Inchlings confined to the Hakone Shrine for planning the rebellion with Sage Kishin. Sage is not gonna like this. Just that slogan of overthrowing the strong is reason enough for a giant target to be painted on her back. Chad, this image is kind of horrifying. In a certain sense, confining her to the Hakone Shrine was also a form of protection. Could someone have used the Shrine Maiden's absence as an opportunity to dispose of her? It's not a good thing to look at. The longer you look at it, the worse it feels. I didn't expect us to be driven away. Ah, you mean Ran Yakumo. She drove us out the moment she arrived on grounds securing the scene. Her presence is much stronger than the Hakone Shrine Maidens. I didn't get to check the room in the back, but I never would have thought. I'm sure I'll get to check later. Right after Akusan, it immediately became Sukuna-chan. Right after? Aya, you somehow figure out Sukuna's death was recent? Well, call it intuition. The blood didn't seem all that dry. If I were to guess, she only died a few hours ago. That's true. But the bigger question remains, how exactly did Sukuna-chan die? The body was in a secluded jar. It's hard to believe her death was due to an accident. Sukuna's body may be small, but it's highly unlikely a jar like that can make her fall to her death. The most likely possibility is someone moved the body there in order to hide it. Aya, when was the last time you saw Sukuna? Well, that banquet comes to mind. The one I had no idea about, huh? Can you explain briefly what that banquet was like? Well, I'm gonna bite my pizza pop. What the? Alright, the CG caught me so off guard that I dropped my pizza pop. Nice socks, Aya. I have never ever once seen you portrayed with these socks. No, I dropped it on my plate. It's fine. It's still on my plate. Firstly, a total of 8 people attended the banquet. I see Kokoro over there. And there's somebody on the left. I think it's Marasa. Can't tell. They got black hair and like green. Which would be... there was Akyu, Kane, Rinosuke, Reimu, Kokoro, Suika, and me. Also Hirari. Who? Who is Hirari? Hirari. Who is Hirari-chan? Huh? Even that shopkeeper was there. Who the fuck is Hirari-chan? Oh, Hirari-chan. Oh, her. Yomu-san has never met her before. Oh my god. Her name is Hirari Marikiri, the daughter of an average household. She's really cute. Who? Whom? Whether or not she's cute is besides the point. What's your average human doing at the banquet? I heard she came along with Akyu-san and the others. It seemed like she wanted to meet Reimu-san, her hero. Her hero? Reimu Hakude, her hero. Yeah. No matter what, Reimu-san is still getting so cute. Shrine made him help resolve many incidents, Desu. Yeah, a lot. Fuck off. Every character hates her. Every human character is like, Reimu, ew. Especially incidents like the Scarlet Mist or the Mask of Hope, the ones that concern the village's safety. Reimu was the one who resolved them into sin, so naturally she amassed quite a number of fans. Yeah, that's true. I'm biting my pizza pop right now. Hero, huh? I wouldn't call her that, but in the past, talking to Shrine made was need someone who wouldn't even hurt a fly. I can't. It's too hot. It's too hot to bite. I want to bite into it. Oh, good. She's wearing a green Shrine Mage outfit. She's got a green hakama. Why is she in a Shrine Mage outfit? She's a human villager. That's why we're changing into an entirely different person last night. Really did a number on me. Is there really no reason for this sudden change? First, it's exactly 9 p.m. sharp. Akyu left in a hurry. Hey, look, it's Akyu. She's dead now. I recall Keto said that this was something Akyu-san wanted her to safekeep, so she left early. Chat, is it just me, or does Akyu's expression make her look like a full-blown adult? Like, she looks very old, mature, wise. Dead. And then after a while, Sukuna-chan appeared. Oh, I thought she didn't attend the banquet. I don't know, maybe she was hungry or something. She's got some makeup on. Well, I guess for the occasion. But when I think of Akyu, I think of Forbidden Scrollery's Akyu, where, you know, you can pinch your cheeks. Sukuna-chan loitered around the banquet for a bit and left. Where'd she go? Wasn't paying attention to that. Sorry. It's fine. Continue. After a short while, Kokoro-san left temporarily. I don't know why either. Maybe she went to the bathroom or something. Well, look at you! Look at you with your hair and pigtails. Anyway, she came back after 20 minutes. Then, as planned, she did a dance. Chat, you can like see her leg in her dress. A dance? Also, her expression is not neutral. That's like a defining characteristic of the character. Is she has a poker face because she's not good at expressing herself. Not to say she can't express herself at all, but most interpretations of the character keep her with that poker face. But it's fine. Her specialty Kagura dance, really is a shame Yomu-san weren't there to witness it. Her form, her beauty, you could sit there forever. Man, now I regret not attending the banquet even more. Oh, Kokoro-san. I'm sorry, chat. I know you don't want to hear me eat and talk, but I'm hungry. Although Kokoro-san seemed to be a bit upset at the time. Uneasy. Well, it's just a gut feeling. But Kokoro-san seemed a bit absent-minded ever since she came back, like something had been weighing heavily on her mind. Absent-minded, huh? Could it be related to this case? And now that I think about it, I think I heard that Kokoro-san and Sukuna-san had a fight a few days ago. A fight? It's just something I heard. Apparently a few days ago, Kokoro-san visited Sukuna-chan at the shrine, and then someone heard the two arguing. They even heard Kokoro-san saying, "I'll kill something something." I would kill for a net like that. You know, Like, so I'll kill Sukuna Shimyomaru. I wouldn't dare speak out of line, but I did hear. What else is there? You sure hear a lot of things. It was apparently due to a problem with Kokoro-san's mask. A problem with her mask. It seemed like there was a problem with Kokoro-san's mask not too long ago, but she never told anyone about it. From the way she was acting, it seemed like someone had done something to her mask. Her mask, it wouldn't be a stretch to say that her most valuable possession. Kokoro-san is a bit of an introvert. She views her belongings in very high regard. But the more someone is like that, the more agitated they become when their belongings are messed with. Yeah, we're getting way off topic. And even so, Kokoro's dance is super mesmerizing. What happened after, I don't really remember all that clearly. I just remember Suika-chan also leaving for a bit, probably to get more booze from the storehouse. Chad, have Suika's ears always been that pointed? The storehouse where the body was discovered. Yeah, she went we're all dry over here, let me go fetch some more. Ahahaha, so I remember it very well. Pretty sure Aya's ears are sharper in canon than Suika's, but I actually don't remember what Suika's ears look like at all. Same as ever when it comes to drinking, huh? And just before 11 p.m., the banquet ended and we all went our separate ways. This game came out in 2015, I think. So the latest game at that point was maybe 15? I haven't seen any reference to characters from 15, but there's been references to characters in there's been references to characters in 14. Haven't seen Sumereko either. Most characters have their ears covered by their hair, yeah, if they have longer hair. I see. So to summarize, during the banquet, Aku left first, then Sukuna came and went, then Kokoro left for a bit, followed by Suika also leaving. Aku, Kokoro, and Suika are who we ought to pay attention to. Is there nothing else of note? Probably. I also drank a lot back then, so it's all a bit foggy. I might have even missed something completely. Yet you were completely sober when you came to my office. Of course, I'd be sober after being in the rain for so long. The news of Aku's death also shocked me into becoming completely sober. Alright. Taking a bite. Mute stream for 5 seconds. Does Yomu-san have any ideas? I'm not sure right now. It's all a blur. Well, we can consider those who left after Sukuna's final appearance as suspects. We don't really have any evidence on hand right now. Guess this isn't going to be as easy as I thought. My head hurts. But I can't stop, not right now. Sukuna Shimyomaru's death, Rainbow Hakune's crime, Kokoro's unease, and that Hirai Marikiri. Yomu-san, what do you... Yomu-san, I can't stop. Damn it. Why do I feel so dizzy? Are you okay, Yomu-san? You're sweating all over. Ugh. My head. Yomu-san, what's wrong? If I stop, it might just be like 1 year ago when she... Damn it. Why am I thinking of... Bonk. Yomu-san? Are you okay? Do you require medical attention? My head. Yeah. You're awake, Yomu-san. What? What happened just now? Yomu-san just dropped to the floor and you really gave me a scare. I see. But now isn't the time to rest. Enough is enough. Huh? What are you saying at a time like this? Yomu-san didn't sleep at all last night, and on top of everything that happened today, you should focus solely on resting right now. Else I'm going to tie you to your bed. Tie me to anything isn't going to stop me from thinking. Alright, you win. I'll stay in bed. That's great. I'll look into the case. Yomu-san should focus on resting until I come back. Keep troublesome thoughts out of your head, okay? Okay, I get it. Geez, thinking about me as well. You really gave me a scare. You can now play as Aya Shimemaru. It's like Trials and Tribulations, Case 5. Aya. It's okay, I'm used to lawyering around with Aya, so this will be right up my alley. Sometimes I wonder when exactly did I become friends with someone like Aya. I guess it was after that incident a year ago. Because of that incident, we had an interaction that wasn't some malicious interview. And she's been glued to me ever since. She gets on my nerves, likes to pry into people's thoughts and spread them everywhere, and even kicks down my door in order to look cool. She's like the textbook definition of annoying. Yet I don't really seem to mind it. I wonder why. Is it because of her disappearance? Because she left, so I wanted a substitute to fill the hole in my heart? Indeed, they do give off similar vibes despite being completely different people. But there should be some other reason. A more important reason. Someone who likes to pry into others' business wouldn't be good at hiding their own thoughts either. Whoa, that's layered weird. That crow, she doesn't say anything, but she's actually really worried about me, isn't she? Seriously. As a Tengu that's been around for 1,000 years, she really is down to earth. Jeez. Yummy. Really, Aya? You didn't even shut the door. Seriously. Yomu-san, red alert, red alert! Huh? It's bad, Yomu, serious incident. Someone else die? What? Listen, Yomu-san. Hang on, what's Yomu-san doing here? This is my home. I'm feeling a bit better. How could you neglect your body like this? Go back to bed right now. I said I'm fine. It's not like I'm some bedridden child. How could you? Alright, I really am fine. I still know my body better than most. Well, Yomu-san said it herself. Let's not talk about me right now. What are you blabbering about just now? Hirai-chan. Hirai-chan? You mean Hirai Marikiri? Hirai-chan has been arrested as the culprit. The average human, Hirai Marikiri. Yep, Hirai-chan was just taken to Mayoiga by someone from the Yakumo family. Oh no, not Marikiri. She was likely on arrest. She was arrested on grounds for being the most likely suspect in Sukuna Shimyomaru's murder. The culprit is an ordinary young girl. That's not possible. No way Hirai-chan is the culprit. Not possible? Why? Well, call it intuition. Or intuition, huh? Why does this somehow feel familiar? Oh yeah, it was also her intuition that told her that something was off with the case last night. So Yomu-san, what are you going to do? Perhaps I could put my faith in Aya's intuition just this once. Regardless, we're still the first people to discover the body. We're already involved in the case. I don't plan on standing by and doing nothing either. Let's pay Hirari Marikiri a visit. Roger that. Now chat, here's why this is actually good. Because it means that the case isn't gonna end like, oh, it was the OC who did it. You know, so now we're gonna have some blood. We're gonna have some blood on someone's hands. Unexpectedly, a suspect no one ever considered has emerged. Hirari Marikiri is someone who views Reimu as a hero. What kind of person are you? I don't think she done it now. So who did it? Who done it? Who could it be? Anyone there? To be fair, I wasn't expecting Reimu to be the culprit in the first case either. That's odd. Are you sure Hirari is in there, Aya? Of course. I put a lot of effort in to uncover this place without anyone knowing. And why is no one responding? Maybe... Who's there? Oh, so there's someone here after all. I'm the director of the Human Spirit Agency, Yomu Compaku. I'm here because of the murder at the Hakude Shrine. May I come in? Human Spirit Agency. Feel free. Great. Could you open the door then? Yes, is there a problem? Sorry, is there some kind of problem? Yes. Yomu-san, do you actually think you're dropping by someone's house? What? This is a room for detaining suspects. How could there be a way to open it from the inside? Sorry. Nice one, Yomu. Are you done laughing? It's just way too hilarious. I swear. Oh, right, we almost forgot about Hirari-chan. Let me introduce you, Yomu-san. This is Hirari Marikiri Desu. That's not her name. Her name is not Desu. She's a 14-year-old girl who comes from the human village. You should have met her before, right? No, I've never seen her before. Only. I must consume my pizza pop. Give me a minute. Looks like she put her guard up against me. Yeah. Don't be so tense, Hirari-chan. Yomu-san is here to help you. Help? I'm sure Hirari-chan has heard the name Human Spirit Agency before, right? It has super positive ratings in the village. You know, the diligent, half human, half phantom young girl or something like that. She's super popular with men. The hell are you talking about? Yeah. I'm only speaking facts. Can any men confirm? Yomu's super popular. That's what you call the stuff in your newspaper? Obviously. Obviously not. Is it really Yomu-sama? Yomu-sama and the Human Spirit Agency, I've heard of it too. You helped my uncle harvest rice last month. Okay. I heard you harvested 3 entire fields in under half an hour. It's very impressive. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Though there were way too many requests for rice harvesting in the past 2 months, so I don't really have any recollection. I never thought Yomu-san would do miscellaneous tasks too. It's really an eye-opener. Helping villagers in need is my duty, after all. That's right, I absolutely cannot let her down. So Yomu-sama is here to... I'm here to... clear your name. Don't you think Yomu-san is only good at harvesting rice? She's also an expert at clearing people's names. I witnessed it with my own 2 eyes. Yes, you can trust me and I'll trust you. Yomu-sama, yeah. The duty of helping those in need, I suppose this is what that means. So you're completely fine in the dark. Hold on. I still have 1 pizza pop. Yes, they suddenly came to my home and said I was a murderer, and they locked me in here. I heard something about last night's banquet, but I really didn't do anything that night. I've never even met the victim before. But even if I want to say that, no one's willing to listen. That's too much. Okay, I caught myself. Did you do something out of place last night? Not at all. From a rough deduction, it's likely that Sukuna was killed during the banquet, which is why the culprit should be one of the attendees, or rather, someone who had left the banquet. Yep. Only then would there be an opportunity for the moida. The moida? Who says it like that? I think Ran Yakuma almost certainly had a reason for arresting you. Seeing as how you don't know Sukuna all that well, it's hard to establish motive and means. So the most likely reason is you had the opportunity. Namely, you once left the banquet. That is the most plausible reason. I have been drinking a lot too, so she doesn't remember the banquet all too well. She said during the banquet, Aku left first, then Sukuna came and went, then Kokoro left for a bit, followed by Suika also leaving. If that was all that happened at the banquet, then I doubt Ran Yakumo would have had a reason to suspect you. Unless that's not the full picture. Hirari Marikiri, it's not that I doubt you, it's just that there are things that need to be made clear. Take a moment to think. Did you do anything out of the place at the banquet last night, especially anything that involves leaving? You don't wish to tell us. Did you actually? Yomu-san, don't jump to conclusions like that. Hirari-chan is just taking some time to think. If you truly were thinking, you wouldn't be completely silent. You'd at least subconsciously say, I think, or. That is unless you've already done thinking. In that case, you should still reply with yes or no. Yet you've been completely silent and seem hesitant. You've thought of something, haven't you? You just don't want to say it. Don't bottle it up, Hirari-chan. We all believe in you. I'm 2. What are you trying to say? Well, I did leave. When? What did you do? After Kokoro-sama came back, What exactly did you do? I'm pressing her sure is tiresome. Oh boy. Speak! What did you do? It was... P. Huh? Yomu-san mon ami. Don't cry, Hirari-chan. Yomu-san is just stupid. Yomu-san, forcing Hirari-chan to say something so embarrassing like that, have you no shame? Alright, don't cry, Hirari-chan. What am I even supposed to say? Was I too rash just now? What a culture shock I'm experiencing right now. Sorry about that. I was too forceful and that put you in a bad spot. Yes. Need to change topics. What could I even say in such a situation? Hirari-chan, did you go to the storehouse when you left? Storehouse? I only went to the bathroom behind the shrine. I never went anywhere else. You pass by the storehouse if you head to the back. So Hirari-chan never went to the storehouse. Yes, I only left once, I promise. That's good. Thanks for the assist, Aya. No problemo. But we've more or less gathered all the information there is here. Does Yomu-san have any ideas? At the present, there indeed is nothing that points to Hirari Marikiri being the culprit. It doesn't take long to murder someone of Sukuna's size. While that gives her the opportunity, she doesn't have a motive. However, there exists another attendee who had the opportunity, in addition to a motive. You can't mean Hatano Kokoro. She left for a period of time after Sukuna's last appearance, and she seemed distracted when she got back. And with her and Sukuna once having a fight over her masks. What's wrong, Yomu-san? I'm not sure if it's just my imagination, but I seem to recall... Oh, great. Wasn't there a mask on the floor when we just covered the body? Yeah, I saw that. Is that the Hanya mask? Yeah, that one. I think you're right. A mask on the floor. From this we can conclude Hatano Kokoro should be the most likely suspect. So, what about Hirari-chan? I've said it before, she has no motive. Moreover, how could someone like Hirari-chan commit murder? I guess that's about right. If it's hard to imagine someone with a personality like Hirari Marikiri killing someone. Well, I did say Hirari-chan was falsely accused, so Yomu-san, what do we need to do now? Oh? As the director of the Human Spirit Agency, in front of you is a villager who's been unfairly accused and locked up. Aren't you going to? You're right. But with that, what happened just now, I'm not sure if she'd be willing to accept. Just go and ask her already, Yomu-san. I'm sure Hirari-chan would enlist your services. Sure. Yes? Is something wrong, Yomu-sama? Well, Hirari Marikiri-san, would you like me to help clear your name? Yomu-sama, can you really? Someone like me? As long as you agree, then you'll be my client. And when I accept a request, I'll do my best to fulfill it. Who the person is doesn't matter. What matters is that I can't ignore those who are in need. How about Hirari-san? Can you put your trust in me? Aye. Yomu-sama, I'm counting on you. Understood, Hirari-san. Yeah, that's great. You know, is this how Yomu-san always take requests? Force someone to open an unopenable door, back them into a corner, and then sweep them away with words to get them to agree to the request. You still haven't forgotten that. I am a reporter. Can't just forget things willy-nilly. This is all headline material. Let me get this straight. I'll end you if I ever see that on your newspaper. Fret not, Yomu-san. I promise I won't send that issue to you. Do you want me to end you right now? Ha. Yomu-san and Aya-sama are both very interesting. It's just a certain crow playing with fire all the time. Although this is the first time I've seen her smile. Back to business, Yomu-san. What do you plan to do now? Specifics about the case are still unclear. We'll have to pay a visit to the Hakude Shrine sooner or later, especially the storehouse. We'll also have to look for Ran Yakumo and ask her why she thinks Hirari Marikiri is the biggest suspect. No need to look. Oh, I see her. I see her little head. How big are you? I hope you're massive. Ah. Oh, she's big, alright. Ran Yakumo, the nine-tailed fox, Shikigami of the Gap Yokai, Yukara Yakumo. Thank you, Red, for the resub. I gotta eat. Yummy. She usually helps Yukari Yakumo with various tasks as well as meddle in various incidents against Sokyo. In a sense, her presence represents Yukari Yakumo's intentions. She's the one who locked up Reimu Hakude. Seems like our little rendezvous has been discovered. Oh! If it isn't Ran Yakumo, what's up? We just so happen to have a question for you. I happen to have a question for everyone here, too. Firstly, Yomu Kanpaku, Aya Shimeimaru. Who permitted you to enter this room of a major suspect and even converse with her? Yeah, the door wasn't locked, so we just let ourselves in. Entering just because the door was unlocked is something only a thief or mischievous child would do. Yeah, who knows if someone is still a child at heart. This is no place for children. You have no right to go through that door. And a question for you, Hirari Marikiri. She's got an anger vein on her arm. As you are only 14, I did not put you under strict surveillance, nor did I leave you to rot in a dark underground cell. Do you know the crime of murdering Sukuna Shimiomaru is reason enough for me to execute the law on sight? You allowed two presumptuous intruders inside, let them stay, and even proclaim that you've been wronged. You don't feel sorry for your crimes at all. That's enough. Hirari-chan is just an innocent young girl. Why would you scare her like that? Whether or not she's innocent is not for you to decide. Even more so for someone with fresh blood on her hands. Didn't you say you've been wrong? If that truly is the case, right now in front of everyone, say I'm innocent. So be it. You tell her, Hirari-chan. Say it. Say it. I'm sorry, I don't know what got into me. I'm guilty. I did it. I didn't kill. I'm innocent. No, I'm not. I'm not innocent. What? Hirari-chan, y'all heard it. She doesn't even have the backbone to say she's innocent. You just scared her into doing it. Perhaps so. Open your ears, Hirari Marikiri. If it weren't for that Mary saying the case is still unresolved and it's still too early for a verdict, you would not be lying here so comfortably. You need to know your place, know what you should and shouldn't do. Otherwise, things might get ugly. Understood. You two. Aya Shimeimaru, let me make it clear. You are not allowed to write anything related to this case on your newspaper. I don't wish to see anything related to the Hakude Shrine on your newspaper for the next couple of days. This is to maintain the order against Sokyo. This shouldn't be anything new to you, so I needn't repeat myself. Yomu Kanpaku, on account of your mistress's good relations with Yukari-sama, I won't pursue this matter any further. Don't stir the hornet's nest. Otherwise, you could stir up Yukari-sama, not even Yuko-sama will be able to save you then. Answer this first. Is the Mary you mentioned just now the same Mary I'm thinking of? I have no obligation to answer you. And if I insist... Yes, it's that Mary. No one else against Sokyo would have such a strange name. Not really that strange. Hey, Yomu-san, let's get out of here already. We're on thin ice here. Let's go back and formulate a plan. Is she the one in charge of this case? Oh. I said, is Mary the one you mentioned just now the person in charge of this case? Indeed, she was personally appointed by Yukari-sama. A piece of advice, Yomu Kanpaku, let sleeping dogs lie. This is a very serious case. You only got lucky last night. If Seiji Kishin hadn't intervened, you'd be dead. No doubt about it. Don't let your curiosity or some suspect say she's innocent with nothing to back it up get the better of you. That is a very dangerous habit. I believe her. Oh? We may have only talked for a short 10 minutes, but I believe the person in front of me, Hirari Manikini, is not a cold-blooded killer. Be really awkward if she was. Furthermore, I've already accepted her request. For that, I have to get to the bottom of this case and clear her name no matter what. If you think your threats scare me, then you couldn't be more wrong. Then you can rest easy. Yukari-sama appointed Mary herself, leaving everything to her, and the innocent will naturally be innocent and the guilty, guilty. Except a year ago, I guess. But who knows? Yukari-sama's judgment is never wrong, except a year ago, I guess. But it's alright. It's okay. It's alright. It can be wrong. It's precisely because the case has been handed to her that I can't rest easy. I have to stop her from making more mistakes. Stop her from creating another tragedy. Oh shit, Yomu-san. One of these cases is going to be related to this, but right now, they're doing that thing, chat, where they do in Phoenix Wright games, where they constantly allude to, like, a grand thing over the course of the game, and then they're like, here, by the way, here's the case. And it's either, it's usually what happens is, like, the case, one of the cases before the final case is a blast from the past, and then the final case is, like, tied to the, like, a follow-up, you know. If you play Phoenix Wright, you know what I'm talking about. You've seen this. We've all seen this song and dance before. But the fact that they're beating around the bush so much for it is just like, come on, man, tell me. What if I were to stop you by force? You sure you want to do that? Your job is to protect everything here, to prevent the suspect from escaping and control the impact this case will have on Gensokyo. If we had a fight in here, no matter how strong your barriers are, you'd be hard-pressed to avoid hitting this room, or the helpless Hirari. If anything happens to the suspect before the case is fully resolved, would your mistress be happy? At the same time, a fight would attract eyes from all over Gensokyo, especially Tengu journalists. At that point, the cat would completely be out of the bag. You would have utterly failed in your mission. Damn, silver-tongued Yomu over here. I appreciate the advice, but this case is one I must participate in. For the sake of my client. Roll speech. It would seem trying to stop you any further is pointless. Yeah, if anime's taught me anything is that 14 years old, they're capable of anything. They could do anything they set their mind to. I mean, look at Dangan Rompo, right? I mean, those kids are like 16, 17 at best, I think. Well, actually, I guess one of them's like 24 or something. Never mind that. Trying to stop you any further is pointless. If you want to take part in this case, suit yourself. Don't say I didn't warn you. But of course, I'll pretend nothing happened today, but you need to understand that there are restrictions regarding who can visit a suspect in custody, so there won't be a next time. Right, thanks. Incidentally, Hirari Marikiri being the most likely suspect was a judgment made by Mary. Yukari-sama really cares about Mary, so it was on Yukari-sama's orders that I arrested her as the biggest suspect. So if you really want to prove her innocence, you'll need to convince Yukari-sama that Mary's judgment was wrong. I see. I appreciate it. I like how this conversation, depending on how you view Maribel, could just be an extreme case of narcissism on Yukari's part, or just like, or not. I see, I appreciate it. Now I'm starting to see you in a different light. You know, my pizza pocket is starting to be seen in a different light as well. A colder light. Sure put me on edge. Good thing Yomu-san was brave enough to stand up to her. My palms were sweaty. So much my spell card is all drenched now. Yeah, but Yomu-san is amazing. You stayed silent the entire time and then took her down in one swift blow. That's super cool. Yomu-san's so cool. I was thinking about what words to use to convince her, unlike you who was just spouting nonsense. Dealing with someone like Ran Yakumo takes a heck of an effort, though. I feel exhausted now that she's gone. Yomu-san is feeling tired. Want me to give you a full body massage? It's a Shimeimaru's specialty. Forget it. I'd rather not find out whatever that is. You don't want a massage from Aya? Who would deny a massage from Aya? But before that, Hirari-san. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't. No need to apologize. I understand you only did that out of fear towards Ran Yakumo. In the end, we're the ones who got you into trouble, so we should be the ones apologizing. Sorry. How could it be Yomu-sama's fault? It's because I wasn't brave enough. If only I could be as brave as Yomu-sama and freely speak my mind. Don't be too hard on yourself. You're only 14. Against an ancient domineering yokai, being scared stiff is normal. No need to blame yourself. I'm sure you'll be brave enough to stand your ground in the future. Yomu-sama. Alright, let's go to the Hakude Shrine. If our luck is bad, we might even run into Mary. But I've also been waiting for this day to come. Let's go. Okay. Bye-bye, Hirari-chan. Coward? What? Who, me? You weak-minded, dim-witted, useless coward? I think she's yelling at herself. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't tell me she's got a split personality disorder. It's almost nighttime. That'll make the investigation rather difficult. I need to finish this pizza pop right now. Ah! Well. Bye. 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 Back. I was just cleaning the plate. Alright. Yeah, it's too dark at night. It would be very easy to miss clues outside. The body was found in the storehouse, but we should still investigate the other areas. Yeah, not waste any more time then. Who's there? It's you. Maribel Hearn, also known as Mary. A girl from the outside world, she arrived at Gensokyo about a year ago. There was another person with her, but I don't wish to recall that right now. Maybe some other time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't like the implications. Miss Aya and Yomu. Are you mad at me? No need to be mad at me. Aya. Good afternoon, Mary-san. Good afternoon. What are you two doing in the shrine at this hour? Don't tell me. Aya, it's exactly that. Miss Aya, this is a very serious case. It's not something you should put on your newspaper. I'm sure you know that. Well, that's a given. And what are you doing here? If it's not for an interview, it's for an investigation. Investigation? I've accepted the request of Hirari Marikiri, whom you had imprisoned, to clear her name. Why? What, am I not just doing what you did in the past? Except it won't end in failure. Isn't that right, Aya? Damn! Aya, yeah. I did say Hirari Marikiri is the most likely suspect, but I did not ask anyone to arrest her. That was something Yukari Yakumo decided on herself. I'm the person in charge of this case. If Hirari Marikiri is innocent, I'll prove it. You just need to trust me. Trust you? After what happened 1 year ago, you think people can still put their trust in you? Even if I is willing to give you another chance, I'll never trust you ever again, and neither would Renko. Oh, shit. Hey, Yomu-san, calm down. First Renko and now Hirari, how many people do you intend to harm? This time I won't put my trust in you. Rather, I'll trust my own ability. I'll trust my client's innocence, and my clients trust me. Yomu-san, trust. Do you have that much faith in your client's innocence? Not only do I trust my client, I also trust this, that you're wrong, completely and utterly wrong. So you plan on challenging my deduction? That's right, this time I'll stop you. Stop you from hurting another person. Yomu? Understood. But even so, I don't plan on losing either. Whoa, chill, I don't have any evidence. Whoa, 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 chill, 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 I don't have any evidence. According to the autopsy report, Sukuna Shimimaru died last night before the banquet ended. As such, the killer is most likely one of the banquet's attendees. After multiple rounds of questioning, I discovered that Hirari Marikiri once left the banquet during the time of the murder. She left around 10 minutes, murdering someone like Sukuna Shimimaru in this time frame is entirely possible. Therefore, I concluded that she is the biggest suspect, as there's no one else. Okay, let me just remember the controls for this. Autopsy report? Yes, it was compiled by Mr. Katsura, a coroner from Aente. Oh, it's Keto Oji-san. There shouldn't be any problems then. That assumption is correct. Yes, and as I'm sure you've guessed, the killer should be someone who left the banquet after the victim's final appearance. Someone who left after Sukuna's final appearance. That would be Kokoro, Hirari, and Suika. Just that alone isn't enough to prove Hirari-san killed anyone. I never said she killed anyone. She simply had accounted for during the victim's alleged time of death, which undeniably makes her suspicious. She was just going to the bathroom. She told me that herself. The bathroom. But words are cheap. Do you have any proof? Well, so right now, Hirari Marikiri is most certainly the biggest suspect. While it's true that killing someone the size of Sukuna in 10 minutes isn't an issue, I don't like how they're driving that point home. You know, I know she's small. She's small. You can just, like, accidentally step on her. But damn, man, they're really like, yeah, I mean, you could just, like, take her out in 10 minutes. No problem. In and out. But Hirari-san isn't the only one capable of this. The same applies to everyone else. Correct. If it were just this, Hirari Marikiri would not be the biggest suspect. But as I said just now, Miss Hirari is unaccounted for. If that, in addition to having the means that she is the biggest suspect. I hate to say it, but she's right. But if Hirari could do that, doesn't that mean another person could do it as well? No one else. Yes, she had the opportunity and the means, which makes her one of the most suspicious. Hadn't she noticed the other suspect? Hirari had the means and opportunity, but there's a person who not only satisfies these two conditions, but she even has a motive. I'll take down her argument using that person. Do I remember what button that is? I think it's the back button. Ah, yeah. Sukuna. The set of the incidents confined to the shrine due to incite an incident. Found dead in a sake jar. Ordinary 14-year-old girl suspected to be the killer. Once left during the banquet. Ran. Nine-tailed fox. Yokai. Fox. Shikigami. University based on Mary's assumptions. Kokoro! Master Kumogami had an argument with Sukuna before she died. Oh, right. What is it? Hirari is the biggest suspect. Is that true? Naturally. There's something you definitely aren't aware of. Among... the banquet attendees, there's someone who not only had the means and opportunity, she even had a motive. Oh, who is it? A few days before the banquet, Hata no Kokoro paid Sukuna Shimyomaru a visit at the Hakone Shrine, and they even had a fight. She even said that she'll kill something. Also, from what I heard, Kokoro's mask had some problems not too long ago. Apparently someone broke it. If we tie all this together, we can easily conclude Kokoro's masks were broken by Sukuna, and she killed her in a fit of rage. I see. So there was such a thing. Incidentally, when I think about it, one of Kokoro's masks was in the storehouse when we discovered the body. Therefore, Hirari Marikiri is not the person with the most suspicion. Your argument has completely collapsed. Do you still have anything to say? Oh. She objected. What? Speaking of the storehouse, besides the mask, did you see anything else? Anything else? There was Sukuna's corpse hidden inside the jar. Correct, the body was discovered in the storehouse, so one would naturally think the murder occurred in there. But if we assume the storehouse is the crime scene, don't you think it's missing something? Missing something. Bloodstains? That's right. Besides the jar containing the body, there wasn't a single speck of blood. The storehouse hasn't been cleaned either. The jar has also been checked, and there is no trace of anything ever collided with it, meaning the body was moved there after the murder. What that means, I'm sure you've already figured it out, haven't you? You mean the murder didn't occur in the storehouse? Exactly. The murder never occurred in the storehouse. Instead, it occurred somewhere else, and the culprit moved the body there. The culprit was extremely careful when transporting the body, leaving no evidence behind in the storehouse. The culprit was this cautious, yet left one of Miss Kokoro's masks in the storehouse? Is their intention not clear? You mean... Yes, the culprit put that mask there on purpose in order to frame Miss Kokoro. After what you told me, I finally understand the picture. The culprit heard about the bad blood between Miss Kokoro and the victim. This was all to shift the blame onto Miss Kokoro. When we find out about their fight, in addition to the mask, we'll immediately assume Miss Kokoro is the murderer. At that time, the culprit's plan would have come to fruition. But... now do you get it? Your so-called evidence, which proves Miss Kokoro's suspicion, has just proved Miss Kokoro's innocence. Uh-oh. Rating? Perfect! Cha-ching! Now do you see? The culprit purposefully misled you to coming up with those assumptions, all of which was to shift the blame onto an innocent person. Was I too hasty? You claim to be stopping me from harming innocent people. Then if I hadn't refuted you, would you not have hurt an innocent person with your flawed deduction? An innocent person would be hurt because of my flawed deduction? Yomu-san was just lacking information. I'm sure Yomu-san wouldn't have made the mistake if she had investigated everything in detail. Yomu lacks critical information, Omega lol. Isn't that right, Yomu-san? I believe in you. I understood. Huh? What's wrong? What's the relationship between you two? Why did she suddenly... we're the very best of friends. What's that about? Please don't say such embarrassing things at a time like this. What's wrong? What's with her all of a sudden? I apologize. I shouldn't have used such harsh words to attack you, Miss Yomu. I'm to blame. Well, I mean, what on earth is going on? As long as everything's cool now. Sure. But I feel like things aren't this simple. Speaking of which, well, Kokoro-san has been proven innocent. What's the deal with Hirari-chan being the most likely? Hirari-chan may have the means and the opportunity, but branding her the most likely suspect just because of that doesn't sound like something Mary-san would do. Indeed. I think Hirari Marikiri had the most suspicion, but not for that reason alone. What else is there then? Have you ever heard of Luminol? Yes. You mean the blood Illuminati? Illuminant. 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 Yeah, that's what it's called in Gensokyo, yes. Do you recall how I said the true crime scene isn't the storehouse? In order to find the true crime scene, I took some luminol from the coroner and searched for the bloodstains around the shrine. In the end, I found hidden traces of blood on the storehouse's outer walls in the back. The back of the storehouse? Yes, about 10 centimeters off the ground, there's a patch of fresh blood. The coroner estimated the blood had been there for a day at most. So the crime scene is the back of the storehouse. Yes, from this I drew a conclusion. The killer is someone who went to the back of the shrine during the banquet. Someone who went to the back of the shrine, wouldn't that be Hirari-chan? But Hirari-chan just took a trip to the bathroom. How did she become Sukuna-chan's killer? As I said, words are cheap. If you truly wish to prove Hirari-chan's innocence, this will be your first hurdle you need to overcome. By the way, what is it? Besides Miss Suika and the coroner, Miss Kokoro is here as well. You should have some questions for her. What she did during the banquet and her feud with Sukuna Shimyomaru, you can find out by asking her in the storehouse. Got it. Thanks, Mary-san. When? Huh? When did you two become such good friends? Yeah. After that incident a year ago, I think, me and Yomu-san have been captivated by each other ever since. Please don't phrase it like that. Don't be upset. Just because Yomu has a friend, don't be upset. What got out of her all of a sudden? Yeah, don't mind it. Let's hurry up and start investigating. Yeah, we should. Firstly, the storehouse on the back of the shrine should be where the crime took place. Make sure you give them a look. The storehouse might not be the true crime scene, but the killer definitely went there, so maybe they left some clues behind. Don't forget to check it out. Suika-chan and Kokoro-san are both here too, so we gotta ask them about the case as well. Maybe Keto-san is here as well. Make sure to give the results of his investigation a listen. And that concludes the reminders of Gensokyo's #1 news tango, Aishimaru. Just like last time, it's all very relevant advice. Okay, let's start investigating. Holy shit, I can play the game again. Oh, I can play the game. Welly, well. Welly, well. This is the bathroom. Miscellaneous items. It's her. What's she thinking about? Yeah. What's Mary-san thinking about? I was just wondering about some things. What about? Apologies, I still haven't thought it through. I can't explain it right now. Oh, okay then. You wondering why I'm best friends? Me and Ayaya become the best of friends? Hello, Gregory. If it isn't Kita Oji-san. Miss Aya, Miss Yomu is here too. You really saved us last night, Kita Oji-san. You taught me a lot about making deductions too. If you hadn't gotten Sage Kitchen in advance, I'm scared to imagine what would have happened. You flatter me. I only did what I could. So if Kita Oji-san is here, does that mean... Correct, Miss Aya. I'm the coroner for this case. So it'll be Kita Oji-san again. It must not be easy. I appreciate the concern, Miss Yomu. If there's anything I can help you with, just say the word. Yeah, if Miss Yomu and Miss Aya are both here, are you... Yes, we're here to investigate the case. I see. Miss Yomu, allow me to apologize in advance. Do you not trust Miss Mary? I don't. Miss Yomu, I'm aware of what happened between you and Miss Mary, and I can understand how Miss Yomu feels. Anyone would feel sorrow going through that. Truthfully, Miss Mary did make a mistake in that incident, even if that wasn't what she wanted. It's been eating away at her as well. I can feel it strongly. That's why, Miss Yomu, I hope that you will continue looking on in a calm manner. Look on. Miss Mary has been struggling with the pain for a year. There are things she cannot get over, as well as things she's slowly come to accept with time. I hope Miss Yomu can see that and understand that Miss Mary is also a tragic person. I understand. Yeah, let's not talk about that for now. We still need to focus on the case. Great. Miss Aya has a point. That's true. So what have you discovered, Kita Oji-san? Let's start with the autopsy. Oh god. According to the results, the cause of death is blunt force trauma to the front of the head. Currently, we cannot determine whether she was beaten to death or killed with a heavy blow, but the latter seems more likely. That aside, there are no other wounds on the victim. The time of death is confirmed to be last night between 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. In other words, the victim was killed during the banquet. The time of death is confirmed to be last night between 9... Yes, you just said that. A heavy blow to the front of the head while the banquet was still in progress. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Goro, for getting the sub. Like last time, I also checked for nearby spiritual residue, but unfortunately the residue around the Hakone Shrine is extremely dense. I could only conclude that no spiritual powers have been used at the back of the storehouse within the last 24 hours. Furthermore, I also did a simple check on the victim's clothes for fingerprints. I discovered Miss Akio, Miss Kokoro, and Miss Suika's fingerprints. Miss Suika said that the victim changed into a fresh pair of clothes just before the banquet, so we could assume they got on there during the banquet. Fingerprints. Is it possible that someone touched the body after it was found? That's highly unlikely, as the victim's clothes are entirely drenched in blood. If someone touched it hours after her death, it would be immensely difficult to leave behind fingerprints. Okay. And this blood stain, which I am currently looking into, this patch of blood is hidden among the weeds, being only 10 centimeters above the ground. Its scarce amount also means it wouldn't give off a smell, making it very difficult to notice. We can assume that this is the victim's blood. It also lines up with the amount of blood one would lose from a wound like that. Is it? I mean, she's really small. I can't tell with her. Therefore, it can be assumed that this patch of blood was created when the victim suffered a blow to her head. The victim's time of death was also determined in tandem with this. Damn. I'm sure these will all be important evidence. Incidentally, I also brought some luminol with me. If you need it, just say the word. Illuminate. There's no evidence against Hirari, but there's nothing for her either. Keto-san is just as meticulous as last time. You flatter me, Miss Aya. I still have much room for improvement. Speaking of, since you've already checked this patch of blood, why are you still standing here? Well, to tell the truth, there's something puzzling about this patch of blood. Puzzling? What I said was that we can assume it's the victim's blood. The results do indeed say it's the victim's blood, but I feel something is not right. I can't come to a conclusion either, but this is also within the margin of error. I decided to look into it a bit more to be safe. That sounds really troublesome. It's fine, this is my job after all. Incidentally, Miss Yomu, something wrong, Kinoji-san? If I may be a bit bold, I have some thoughts regarding this case. Kinoji-san has more advice, by all means. You flattered me. It's actually just a hunch, however. This case may not be as simple as it seems on the surface. The culprit could have set an even bigger trap, and we've all been caught unaware. An even bigger trap. That is what my gut tells me. I think merely looking at the evidence won't be enough to catch the culprit. Perhaps we will need to use psychology. Psychology? The culprit undoubtedly moved the body to the storehouse, and yet the banquet had been happening right beside it, meaning the culprit had to pass by without being noticed. A very difficult task. But indeed, no one noticed the culprit that night. Even if everyone was busy having fun, that's still very strange. How could they slip by fully unnoticed? For this, we need to think from the perspective of those attending the banquet. Who would be the most difficult person to notice entering the storehouse? The most difficult person to notice entering the storehouse. I cannot give a clear answer, but I can give an example. Who wouldn't be noticed moving around in a restaurant? That would be the waiters. Will the customers notice the restaurant's waiters moving around? Right, because we're already used to it. That is so, Miss Yomu. Actions that seem ordinary are the hardest to notice, and ones that seem out of the ordinary are the easiest. With that, which of the attendees is the least likely to be noticed entering the storehouse? Miss Yomu should have the answer, correct? Got it. Thanks, Kitoji-san. I have a few ideas now. No need to thank me. Being able to help Miss Yomu is enough. Oh-ho! Yomu-san's keeping something she learned from me again. Didn't you hear everything we said just now? Go figure it out yourself. But that requires using my head. Just tell me the answer, Yomu-san. The hell is your brain for if it can't even figure something like this out? Why? Yomu-san is being mean. Acting pitiful isn't going to make me tell you. I'll see you around, Kitoji-san. See you around, Kitoji-san. Farewell, Messiah, Miss Yomu. I have learned so much. Information has now clogged my brain. Oh, it's you? Ah, yeah, we're here again, Suika-chan. Let me guess. You're here for Hirari Marikiri? How did you know? I guessed. You guessed? Yep, something gut feeling. Yeah, Suika-chan's intuition sure is great. We accepted Hirari-chan's request, so we're here to clear her name. Clear her name, huh? Something the matter? Do you believe in her innocence that much? What does that mean? Hirari Marikiri, maybe she's not as harmless as you think she is? Are you saying Hirari Marikiri is actually a callous person? Do you have anything to back that up? Of course I do. But they're all stories from once upon a time. Telling them is a pain, and you wouldn't believe me either. What would be able to make Suika-chan suspect Hirari-chan? You have to tell us! What if I said this happened before Hirari Marikiri was born? That wouldn't make any sense. Before she was born? How is that possible? See, I told you wouldn't believe me. Just take it as some senseless ramblings. Go on, forget it. What is she trying to do? She's not deliberately messing with us, is she? Oh yeah, how's your hand, Suika-chan? Has it gotten better since yesterday? Much better, at least the bleeding stopped. No more blood pouring out randomly. Blood pouring out randomly. Hey, isn't that already pretty serious? It's fine, us only have very strong bodies. It was completely gone when I woke up this morning. Oh, by the way, you're here to ask me some questions, yeah? I've been confined to the shrine because of this incident, which means I'm stuck here for the foreseeable future. I was just getting bored. But it's not like I can go out if I really want to, though it seems that might be cause trouble for Reimu, so I'll bear with it for now. In that case, could you please tell us about Sukuna? I'd like to know her from the perspective of someone who is close to her. Oh, how do I put this? She's a bird brain. Her brain is small, so her thoughts are equally simplistic. If that Sage Akishin weren't at her side, she never would have been able to cause that incident. Sage Akishin's rebellion, huh? Because she's way too dumb, we started out restricting her movements, but later decided we might as well let her do whatever she wants. With the size of her body after that incident, I doubt she'd dare leave the shrine, so there's no need to worry. After a banquet, we sometimes even lock her out by accident and have her wait outside the entire night. Can't she slip into the window? Can that really be considered confinement? You're practically roommates. The only cause for concern would be her mallet. Oh, yeah. What is it? The mallet's been found. It was right behind the storehouse. Behind the storehouse? Yeah, right after the body was discovered, that married person found it behind the storehouse. She also said now we can be certain where the murder occurred or something. Looks like it was found where the patch of blood is. In that case, could the mallet's disappearance be related to this case? Who knows? All in all, the mallet's been found and Reimu doesn't have to worry about it anymore. Did she get brained by her own mallet? That's hardcore. You care about Reimu Hakude a lot, huh? I know what you want to say. You want me to say Reimu was a murderer, don't ya? Suika-chan, stay calm. She murdered Hirari no Aku. That is an indisputable fact. Yomu-san, I know what you went through last night. Reimu killed Hirari no Aku, arrested the innocent Rinosuke Morichika, and even tried to kill everyone on the scene. I know that. But even so, she's still my best Reimu. She's your only Reimu. You don't know. My rival against Sokyo was a ploy by Yukara Yakumo. She lured me here not for me, but for Gensokyo. Reimu was the first person to genuinely treat me as a friend. The first! It was me who incited that incident. It was me who screwed up everyone's lives just for my own amusement. And yet Reimu still treated me like a friend after she defeated me. Do you have that kind of heart? Do you? I don't know why she'd do what she did last night. I felt something was wrong when the banquet ended. It was after that case a year ago she started to change, started to go down a dark path. If I could stop her. No, if I stopped her a year ago, things wouldn't be like this. None of this would have happened if it weren't for that incident a year ago. Yeah, if that incident a year ago never happened. What happened, damn it? Tell me! But even so, Reimu is still my best friend. That hasn't changed. You had to hurt Reimu to protect yourselves last night, so I don't blame you. But she's still my best friend. I won't allow you to look down on her no matter what. Best friend. Suika-chan, I think it's a shame Reimu-san ended up like that as well. But please don't act like this. I believe that ultimately she'll go back to the Reimu-san we all knew. That's alright. She's killed before. She'll likely kill again. We'll get over it. Damn, how'd you make me act up all like that? Heh, just doesn't suit me. Yomu-san, let's leave for now. Suika-chan needs some space right now. Yomu-san? Ah. We're leaving right now. Yeah, you're right, yeah. It's better not to disturb Suika right now. I don't think there's anything in here. This is a note. It's a symbol again. Same picture we found at Aku's house, only the picture is on a note. No words have been written on it. Paper is new too. It likely has been taken out for more than a week. This paper has a lot of creases if someone had crushed it up. What could this? Why is this picture on Rainbow-san's desk? You said this was related to the case a year ago, right? That you never figured out its purpose? That would mean Rainbow Hakude does have something to do with that case. Rainbow Hakude, that case a year ago, did you actually? Oh shit. The numbers, Mason. What does it all mean? A bunch of random items. Best to leave it alone. But no, I want to open the chest. It's loot. Hold on, I gotta check the jars where the body was hidden. Only the blood is left now. Just thinking about it makes my hair stand on end. Just going out about my business and suddenly coming across Sukuna-chan's corpse. That was too scary. My condolences. Yeah, I got comforted by Yomu. Anyways, according to Mary-san, the body was moved into this jar after the murder. I recall it was something like this. Yep. I still remember it. The body was in the very bottom of the jar, facing up, lying in a pool of dried blood. What is it, Yomu-san? Well, lift up the jar for a bit, Aya. Eh? What would that do? I'm not sure. You have to lift up the jar first. Aya, how could you ask a young girl like me to do manual labor? It's almost like I'm not a young girl myself. But this takes a lot of strength, Yomu-san. I'm not suited. When were you the one who have cold feet? You already know how I'll have to lift you up one way or another. Yeah. Alright. Oh. Jar's gone. Okay, Yomu-san, it's now or never. The dust beneath the jar is about the same as the surroundings. In other words, the jar was moved here only recently. Sake jar. Yomu-san, are you done? My hands are killing me. Ah, yeah, you can stop now. Jeez. So did you notice anything missing? Actually, I'm not sure right now. For real? You put me through all that suffering and now you tell me you aren't sure? You're still a Tengu, you know. Why you whining about a bit of elbow grease? Yeah. A Tengu has to protect her body as well, otherwise we lose our charm. Yomu-san just doesn't act like a girl at all. I think you should keep your mouth shut. Alright. Kokoro. Her shirt is a different shade that I'm used to. Isn't it usually a deeper blue? Oh, it's Yomu-sama. Do you have some business here? Well, I'm here to investigate the case. I hope you can answer some questions for me. Investigate? Isn't that Mary-sama's? That's how it is officially, but I've been permitted to participate in the investigation. And I heard that I could know more about what happened between you and the victim. Sukuna? This might sound a bit disrespectful, but she really pissed me off. Say what? You have any idea how important that mask was? Yet she stole it and even refused to return. Oh, okay, that skipped itself. Yomu-san, you better get used to this. This is Hata no Kokoro, a master Kumogami. Most important to her are her masks. Her defining feature is that she can't express emotions, instead using masks as a substitute. With her poker face, you'd assume she'd be kind of like an airhead. But I never knew this would be her personality. Sorry about that. Oh, it's fine. What does Yomu-sama wish to know about? Oh, that. Let's go down the questions one by one. First, I heard there was a problem with your masks. What happened? Oh, I'm ashamed to say it, but my mask was stolen. Stolen? Yes, one day I just couldn't find one of my masks. I panicked, I searched every single place possible, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Just as I was going to ask for help, I suddenly found a letter. A letter? This one. On it is a simple message. Come to the shrine if you want your mask, Sukuna. That's... As you can see... Could this be the reason you went to visit Sukuna-chan a few days ago? Yes. So did she truly steal the mask? How did she... She said she didn't steal the mask, but it was with her. She didn't steal it, but she had it? That's what she said. I asked her to return my mask, but I never thought she'd actually refuse. Refuse? Yeah, she said something like, give me absolute power if you want your mask back. I didn't understand at all, so we had a fight. I see. Like, what the hell? How could you hang on to someone else's belongings and even extort her for it like that? I was so mad I wanted to beat her up with them and Rain was like, I might not like this, so I have to control myself and reason with her, but she keeps being stubborn. Can you believe it? I even wanted her off her that it should have been gone. I would have known my mask because everyone would say I bullied the weak. Whoa. Okay, I get it. From the looks of it, hearing her say, I'll kill something in her rants is basically just another Tuesday. Okay. Sorry. It's fine, I understand. Speaking of, what did you do during the banquet last night? The banquet, you say? Aya said she saw you leave for a while. It was after Sukuna's last appearance, correct? To tell you the truth, I went to see Sukuna again. Oh, you went to see Sukuna? One of the reasons I participated in that banquet was to talk to Sukuna about my mask again, but she kept saying something about an exchange, and there were a lot of people nearby, so I didn't dare do anything rash and just argued with her. But she wouldn't budge at all. I could only go back disappointed. Why don't you just step on her? She's trying to extort you. You're bigger than her. Just step on her. So that's why you were in shambles when you came back this. Oops. Yes, it's a pity. Kokoro's testimony. Seems like even when her fingerprints got onto Sukuna's clothes, that reminds me, when did you two meet? The shrine. Okay. By the way, have you found your mask? Well, I did. It was right here in the storehouse. This storehouse? Could it be? Hanya. Was it the one on the ground when the body was discovered? Yes. Huh? But didn't Mary-san say the culprit left that there to frame Kokoro-san? Thank you for your cooperation. It would seem you are, in fact, innocent, Kokoro-san. I am? Sukuna said she didn't steal the mask, but it was with her. If she's telling the truth, the mask was stolen by someone else. Then why didn't she just give it back? Then who would that be? Looking at it in hindsight, finding the mask made me immediately think Kokoro-san is the most likely suspect. I see, it all makes sense now. Huh? What do you mean? First, the culprit stole Kokoro's masks, then gave them to Sukuna, telling her to exchange it for absolute power. But the true goal was to start a fight between Kokoro and Sukuna to better frame Kokoro as a suspect for the murder. As expected, Kokoro and Sukuna got into a big argument not long after. During last night's banquet, the killer got the whereabouts of the mask from Sukuna and then killed her. Then moved the body to the storehouse and planted the mask there. Now when the body is discovered, the mask will be discovered too. Having the big argument with the victim along with her mask being near the body, Kokoro would be hard-pressed to deny that she was the killer then. A perfect plan to frame someone. Quite the vicious culprit we have. Yomu-sama. Thank you for believing me. Oh, it's nothing. Phew, from the looks of it, Kokoro-san was just made to look like the killer. Yeah, that should be right. But then who did it? What's wrong, Yomu-san? I have a bad feeling about this. These plans to frame someone. The culprit thought very far ahead. I almost can't believe it myself. A killer like this must be very well hidden. Bringing them to light isn't going to be easy, I'm afraid. That's true, but as long as Yomu-sama gives it her all, no killer can ever get away. But of course. Kokoro is completely focused on her recently found mask. Let's not disturb her. I think that's everything, right? Let's not disturb him. What's she thinking about? Just wondering about some things. Have you ever heard of the realm of the subconscious? The realm of the subconscious. Is this the shit that Aya was talking about last chapter? About how all of your original ideas are just stolen from other people's ideas? Ah, that's what I call it. Scientifically, they're called psi waves. According to relative psychology, all beings capable of independent thought release a wave that is invisible to the naked eye called psi waves. The purpose of these psi waves in layman's terms is to imprint your own subconscious into other people's subconscious. Imprint. Let's give a simple example. Has this ever occurred to you when met with something you wonder what would he or she do in this situation? Your brain will then begin a brief simulation, turning yourself into the person you thought of, simulating what that person would do. Generally, people think they brought in their impression of someone else, But relative psychology thinks this is actually another you in your subconscious temporarily taking over your thoughts. Holy shit, my brain is fucking melting. Another you in your subconscious. Yes, a person through psi waves can imprint your own subconscious into another person's subconscious. The subconsciousness imprints onto us later in life, called the subpsyche. The subconscious automatically created when one comes into existence is called the superpsyche, the one we're using right now to think and act. A subpsyche is like its name is usually invisible, but it can overtake the superpsyche under special circumstances and control one's thoughts. Such as when you put yourselves in the shoes of another person, that is the superpsyche allowing a subpsyche to take over. A more common occurrence in dreams. When one dreams of various people from reality, that is the subpsyche imprinted by those people showing itself. That's why one tends to dream about the things they think of during the day. Relative psychologists notice this when they discover that a person's actions, values, and even thought process is very much like their parents. If we say that their actions and values were influenced by their environment, how do you explain their thought process being similar? People thought it was related to one's DNA, but it was later discovered that this was not exclusive to those with biological connections. It also occurred between those who had spent much of their time together, such as married couples. So a lot of hypotheses were made. There was even a grand experiment which took upwards of 10 years to complete. Along with the advances in relative psychology in recent years, the existence of psi waves was finally proven. Any being capable of thought releases an invisible psi wave which imprints their own subconscious into another's, creating the subpsyche. A psi wave's effect doesn't take distance into account, but it does have a limit, about 33 centimeters. Why is there a measurable distance for this thing? A psi wave's effect is continuous. The longer it continues, the more complete the subpsyche becomes. Or rather, it becomes more like the superpsyche of the person releasing the psi waves. Fundamentally, these subpsyches can think of and make decisions, just like the superpsyche. It can even store memories of the superpsyche. It's just that the superpsyche always takes priority over it, which is why there's another you in your subconscious. There's been fierce debate over whether or not a subpsyche counts as its own life form. Even when I arrived here, there hasn't been a consensus. As for me, I think this other you is bound to you, but is still its own separate life form. Yomu-san, what do you think? I think my brain hurts. I think on all levels, including physical, I am Prism. Do you have a married English translator? Because I could really use one right now. Tell me if you find one, because I could really use one myself. Okay, maybe this is a bit hard for you to understand. It's downright impossible to understand. Miri-san sure is well educated. Thank you. Well, we still have a case to investigate. We won't disturb you anymore. Goodbye. Goodbye. People from the outside world sure think about a lot of things. Yeah, let's not think about that ever again. This is the bathroom. Oh? Hello. Oh, the gang's all here, I see. Hope the work hasn't been too hard on you guys. Seija Kijin. Miss Seija, good to see you. You seem to be doing well, too, Keto Oji-san. Heh, didn't expect you to get roped to another murder investigation after just one day. Your friend is dead, Seija. Thanks for your concern, I can manage just fine. And our dear Mary, too, long time no see. Good to see you, too. Oh, does little Yomu have something to say? Little Yomu. Well, how do I put this? Yomu is just shy. She wants to thank you for last night, but then she recalled how she tried to cut up Seiji-san in the past. Didn't know little Yomu was so cute. No need to act so reserved. That little Tengu beside you made my life a living hell back in the day. Yet she's still as bubbly as ever. I'm not a little Tengu, but a big... One-gu? A little but a big one, like, what? Huh? Okay. The hell is a big one-gu? I made it up. Who on earth just changes the race like that? Force a habit. You even made a habit out of it? Oh, does Yomu-san not know? Crow-tengus have a habit of changing their race. You say that like it's true. I'd say you're the only one who messes around like that. Eh? You figured it out? Heh. Well, let's get back to business. What's Seiji-san doing here? Oh, that. You know what happened today. I'm here to see her. How do I put this? Suddenly feel like saying her face. There isn't a problem, is there? Of course, there won't be any problems. However, Miss Sukuna's body has been sent to A&T for a more detailed autopsy. Apologies for making you come all the way here for nothing. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I usually spend my time wandering around anyhow. Not like I have anything better to do. I'm just walking a few extra steps. I see. In that case, would you like me to escort you? Nah, I'll pass. Sorry, but this is a journey I'd like to make myself. I'd like to be alone for a bit. Hey. Let's just focus on the investigation for now. Ah, that's right. I have investigated. It's about time. The sun is setting. If there isn't anything else, please head back for now. We shouldn't create too much trouble for the people living here. What do you plan on doing? Since the most likely suspect has already been detained, there's no need to continue bothering the people here. I'll head back and scrutinize all the evidence. Rest assured, if Hirari Marikiri is truly innocent, I will find out. So Mary-san insists that Hirari-chan is the killer, huh? While she doesn't look like a cold-blooded killer, all the evidence and possibilities point towards her. Naturally, we can't be fully certain that she's the killer, but if we take our time, the truth will ultimately come to light. I disagree. If we end it just like this, we'd undoubtedly be giving the killer a chance to destroy any evidence that might still exist. That's why we can't call it a day just yet. Are you saying you already know who the culprit is? Not 100%, but I can tell you it's not Hirari Marikiri. Then do tell us who it is. Yomu-san, do you really? In actuality, I knew who I had to focus on from the start. Eh? Sukuna died during the banquet, which means the culprit can only be one of the three that left the banquet. Hirari is out of the question and Kokoro was framed, which leaves us with whom? Eh? Is Yomu-san referring to... I can't really prove anything right now. Guess I'll have to rely on my reasoning. I'm still not sure what's going through her mind. I need to choose my words carefully. Let's go over what we know about the case. First, the banquet took place last night. During the banquet, Sukuna appeared once before leaving again. This is the last time she would show her face. According to the autopsy report, Sukuna died after this moment, before the banquet ended. Therefore, we can assume that after Sukuna appeared, the culprit left and killed her at the back of the storehouse. Then, they moved the body into one of the jars in the storehouse, left behind Kokoro's mask, and returned to the banquet, leaving once it ended. The culprit left behind Kokoro's mask in order to make use of the fact that they caused a feud between Sukuna and Kokoro days before, pinning the crime on her. No objections there. However, there's something worth noting here. For the culprit to hide the body in the storehouse, there would need to first enter it, yet with the banquet happening right beside it, they'd be noticed for sure. But not a single person noticed anything out of place, saying it's a coincidence is also unlikely. Yes, that is rather odd. Taking a step back, even without a body, you'd easily be noticed if you were to simply enter the storehouse. But no one noticed the culprit regardless. Why is this? To answer that, Kitoji-san helped open my eyes. Actions that seem ordinary are the hardest to notice, and ones that seem out of the ordinary are the easiest. Put it another way, the culprit entering the storehouse isn't anything out of the ordinary. The culprit entering the storehouse is an ordinary occurrence. In other words, if everyone at the banquet sees the culprit entering the storehouse as something normal, they wouldn't notice them at all. Nor would they notice the culprit transporting a body there. Indeed, the person I'm referring to is... left in the middle of the banquet to hand off an item. Hee hee ha 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 ha. During the banquet, Suika told the others that there wasn't enough sake and she would go get some more from the storehouse. If that's true, it would be very hard to notice Suika Ibuki moving the body into the storehouse. What? Suika Ibuki, the most likely suspect right now, isn't Hirari Marikiri. It's you. You aren't wrong. If it were Miss Suika, it would be very hard to notice her going into the storehouse. But just that conjecture isn't enough to make her the most likely suspect, don't you agree? Of course, that's not my only doubt towards Suika. Bringing a corpse into the storehouse is a very risky maneuver. Everything would fall apart if she had been discovered. What if there wasn't a place to hide the body? What if the storehouse just so happens to have been cleared that day? For a murderer who's on edge, these small possibilities could prove fatal. Only someone who lives at the shrine could eliminate those possibilities and transport the body right under everyone's noses. Hey, ain't that enough? I'm not opposed to you randomly suspecting people while making deductions. That's just second nature for people like you. But if you're brave enough to say it, that means you got something to back it up, yeah? Likewise, do you dare say you're innocent? Well, if you insist, I'll... She's got a little fang. I'm the killer? Now that's way out of line. Apologies then, but this is my mission. It may be out of line, but your crimes will come to light. Ooh, the snake bears its fangs. I'm even starting to feel bad for Reimu now. That's that, and this is this. I'm well aware. But I'll uncover your crimes all the same. Crimes, huh? Heh, I'm actually looking forward to it. First of all, do I have any reason to do something like that? Nope. What's your motive for killing Sukuna? To make you ask what's your motive for killing Sukuna, you're playing around at a time like this. How about it? Just answering I didn't kill anyone would be boring, yeah? Her motive, indeed. For what reason would she kill Sukuna? Second of all, even if I did do it, why would I, what do you say, hide the body in the storehouse? You hid the body in the storehouse for two reasons. One, so the body wouldn't be discovered early, letting you dispose of evidence. Two, so the mask would be even more obvious, pinning the crime on Kokoro more easily. If me and Aya hadn't found the body, I'm sure you'd pretend you have found the body yourself. Wow, you sure know how to talk. Too bad it's all baseless and just a waste of time. I got brushed off again. She's the one who moved the body to the storehouse. That can't be wrong. I ain't the brightest, but even I wouldn't carry around the body for everyone to see. You didn't have to carry around in broad daylight. Oh? How else? Naturally, you used something to cover it up. Gee, it's just some wild guesses. We Oni don't like this kind of attitude. Who cares about the Oni, as long as I'm correct? Yeah, she's definitely covering up the body somehow. No way does she walk by the bank with a body in plain sight. She used something to hide the body while moving into the storehouse. I ain't the brightest, but even I would... Okay, yeah. It's the sake jar, because it got moved. I got a bad feeling about this. Of course, you absolutely did not enter the storehouse holding the corpse in your hand. That would be silly. So naturally, you used something to hide the body and moved it into the storehouse. What could it be? We have to consider that blood would get on this object no matter what. So the best solution would be to use something that wouldn't be taken out of the storehouse. The answer is already obvious. It's the sake jar the body was found in. You used getting more sake as an excuse to leave. Then when you killed the victim, you recalled that you were heading to the storehouse. Everyone knew you were getting more sake. In that case, you could just get an empty jar from the storehouse. Even if someone saw you enter the storehouse with the jar, they wouldn't suspect anything. Because you were going to the storehouse regardless. No one would bat an eye if you moved the jar in or out of there. You satisfy all the conditions the killer needed perfectly. How about it? Do you have anything more to say? Yep, there's that bad feeling. Clearly, you are the most suspicious right now. And I'm certain you were the one who hid the body in the storehouse. So, do you have any excuses? Ah, man, serves me right. I'm dealing with the person that managed to get the better of Reimu. How could I let my guard down? What are you getting at? Now I need to get serious. Blah, blah, blah. The culprit was hard to notice. The culprit got a jar to transport the body. You got any evidence to prove anything you said? We found that the jar the body was hidden in had been moved. That's the proof. A lot of things in that storehouse have been moved for the banquet, you know. Especially sake. We took out several jars for the banquet, and I took out several more during it. An empty jar being moved around ain't much to write home about. You say using the jar to move the body is the killer's safest option, but what's the point? Without any proof, it's just a possibility at most. Yomu-san? Crap, she got a hold of our weakness. We don't have sufficient evidence to prove her guilt. At most, we can only speculate. Are you saying there isn't evidence that we can use against Suika-chan? Damn it. Nothing's coming to mind. Do I have to throw in the... Yesterday, too, backed into a corner and grasping at straws on the verge of giving up. Back then, the solution was to... think. Think. Activate brain mode. The case began during last night's banquet when Suika Ibuki used getting more sake as an excuse to look for Sukuna. At the back of the storehouse, Suika killed Sukuna, and to shift the blame on the Kokoro, she went to the storehouse. She took out an empty jar from the storehouse, stored the body inside, and moved it there. Then she planted the mask and returned to the banquet. If I want evidence that points to her, I'll need to consider what clues she could have left behind. Taking into account her current condition, what's the most likely thing she could have left behind? Bloodstains. That's right, Suika's hand was injured and blood had been pouring out from her hands. In that case, I'm willing to bet she left traces of her blood behind. Open the logic gates. Our main goal is to clear the name of Hirari Marikiri. The first step is to disprove the assumption that she is the most likely suspect. To that end, it is necessary to present indisputable proof that Suika Ibuki is more suspicious. So to start with, why is Hirari Marikiri currently the most likely suspect? Opportunity. After Sukuna's final appearance, Hirari left the banquet and went near the crime scene. Indeed, that's the main reason Hirari is a suspect. So if I turn that around, is there any way for this to apply to Suika? Suika also left the banquet after Sukuna's final appearance in order to get more booze. If I could prove that she went near the crime scene, in addition to my previous arguments, she'll become the most likely suspect. Alright, let's see. Is there any evidence that proves Suika Ibuki had gone to the crime scene? However, evidence is exactly what we lack right now. I can only see if there's anything that can discover evidence. According to my previous theory, Suika most likely left behind bloodstains at the crime scene, and so, what could I use to uncover more evidence? My Illuminati. That's right, the blood illuminant. Didn't expect to put it to use again, but now the question is, where do I check for bloodstains? It must be something that links Suika to the scene of the crime. The item that can link Suika to the scene of the crime would be the jar. That's right. Suika took an empty jar to the back of the storehouse to stash the body, then she moved it back inside. That means her hand definitely came into contact with the jar. It's not certain if she left any traces behind, but I'll have to chance it just this once. If I can prove that she moved the sake jar, she won't be able to say she has nothing to do with this case. Yo, my brain working right now. Overtime. What you doing? Nothing more to say? Or is this what they call the calm before the storm? I got a bad feeling about this. Mary, please call Keto-san over immediately. Please ask him to use the blood illuminant to check the outside of the jar the body was found in. If any blood is discovered, please make sure to check how fresh it is. What, you don't want to? Then I'll. Not at all. Make it up for lost time. What are you planning? What's a blood illuminant? You'll know once the results are out. Yomu-san, are you saying... I don't know how big my chances are, but if luck is on my side, I'll be able to turn around this entire case. Yomu-san, alright, I'll place my faith in your bet. How are the results, Kidoji-san? The results should be 99.9% accurate. On the outside of the jar is a bloody handprint. The handprint has not been there for more than a day. What? Get going, Kidoji-san. Yomu, are you implying? It's simple. Suika's hand was injured, and it had been bleeding throughout the night. If she was the one who moved the jar, then it's highly possible that some of her blood got on it. Then conversely, if there's a handprint on the jar, then it proves without a doubt that Suika was the one who moved the body into the storehouse. That doesn't prove anything. I also saw that jar when the body was found, right? Maybe I accidentally touched it. That's not possible. Don't tell me you forgot your own words. Also, only a very strong body was completely gone when I woke up this morning. Your injury had already healed this morning. Then maybe I touched it before the body was found. We only know it's been there for a day, not that it was after the banquet, yeah? That's also not possible. This was discovered using the blood illuminant. In other words, someone deliberately got rid of this blood stain. If it was just an accident, why was the blood stain deliberately hidden? Can't the killer have gotten rid of it to be on the safe side? Give up. That too is not possible. The killer moved the body to the storehouse in order to leave the mask behind and frame Kokoro, which meant that the sooner the body is found, the better. If the killer did notice the bloodstain as you say, then they had no reason to get rid of it. Instead, they'd leave it, making the jar stand out more and the body easier to find, which in turn would get Kokoro accused even earlier. Maybe I touched it on accident when I went to get more sake from the storehouse? No. The murder happened before the banquet ended, so the body was definitely moved at that time as well. You were the last person to leave. If you didn't commit the murder, then it must have happened before then. Which means if you had touched the jar, how did you not find the body hidden inside? That jar doesn't even have a lid. Even if this doesn't completely prove that you're the killer, it proves that you are the most likely suspect and not the innocent Hirari. Don't think this is over. We only never admit defeat. Oh shit, she still wants to argue. Alright. Let's say the handprint on the jar does have something to do with the case. There's no doubt about that. Anyway, you see this handprint was definitely left by the killer. Do I hear another conjecture? You gotta at least show some hard evidence at this point, right? As you wish, this time I'll present evidence. Oh-ho! But can you prove it's my handprint? Besides you, who else leaves behind such a handprint? Who knows? Maybe someone else injured their hand or something? Is that really out of the question? The possibility of that is extremely low. Thinking about it is pointless. Or maybe the killer accidentally got some blood on their hands when moving the body. Do you have any proof that this isn't the case here? Neither of us have any evidence to refute the other. Dwelling on this will result in endless back and forth. Seems like I'll just have to break through at another angle. My hand did bleed occasionally during the banquet. When was your hand injured? Let's see. A few days ago, that mallet went missing, and I accidentally injured my hand searching for it. I kept it bandaged right up until the morning when I didn't need it anymore, and got rid of them. Aya saw her hand in bandages as well, so there shouldn't be anything wrong with there. But the point is the blood condition of the bandages. Blood would also soak through the bandage if it was used for too long. Yesterday, Aya could see Suika's hand bleeding, which means if she hadn't changed bandages yesterday, then she could still be left behind a handprint. But, okay, it's gotta be the bandage. You rebandaged your hand before the banquet? Obviously, can't have blood everywhere during a party, can we? But others did in fact see you bleeding. They just saw a little bit of red. Don't nitpick small details. If the bandage was truly changed for the banquet, then it would really be difficult to leave behind a handprint. But what if it wasn't a new bandage? Is it really that unlikely? Yeah, how could blood get everywhere if I had a new bandage? You're that confident in the bandage's quality? It's one from A&T. You know how those people are, but you can put an absolute faith in their products. Does it being from A&T automatically mean it's high quality? That's a given. Everyone knows A&T's medical supplies are of superb quality, also priced a bit too high. That's not true. That is not true. Aiden only charges you for medicine you use, and her prices are affordable. Also, I'll be sure to let those guys at A&T know what you think of their products. Uh-oh, big danger, Yomu-san. If you get on A&T's bad side, your life will be... Stop trying to distract me. Did she change bandages last night? There should be some evidence I can present. There is. It's the bandages I found. Where are those at? Oh, well. Oh, that's not the right spot to use it. Oh. There it is. Okay. Uh-oh. Here's that bad feeling again. When you changed bandages, you threw the old one directly into the drawer, didn't you? How'd you know? That's not important. What's important is, how old are the bandages in the drawer? This morning I saw those old bandages in the shrine disgustingly jumbled together with new ones. There's something I noticed. All those bandages were from days ago. None of them were new. You never changed into a new bandage at all. You had an old one. Since the bandage was old, it was entirely possible for you to leave behind that handprint. Didn't you want solid proof? Here it is. Maybe I just threw away the bandage. Must it be in that drawer? Then please tell us where you threw it or where it can prove it. I have evidence right here. Do you have any evidence yourself? Gah. Success! You never changed bandages at all yesterday. In that case, it's highly likely that the handprint on the jar belongs to you. Ay, ay, ay. But it's really strange. Why didn't Suika-chan change bandages last night? Your condition looked pretty serious. You think I didn't want to? I thought I was going to heal before the banquet. Then after a couple of glasses, it started getting worse. I wanted to change bandages, but I forgot my keys. The shrine is usually locked during a banquet. Rainbow drank so much she could barely stand, so I thought to try to borrow hers would be too troublesome. Man, I didn't think it turned into something so annoying, though. Forgot your keys? What do you mean, forgot your keys? Like, it's a sliding door. Slide it open. It's paper. Walk through it. You're what? Access it via under the floorboards. Yeah. Suika-chan is too careless. I'm already used to it. Who want to be mirrored with troublesome things all day? Suika-chan, that attitude is not correct. Only by planning ahead can we avoid troubles from piling up one after another. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll keep it in mind. The heck are you two going on about? In any case, you never changed bandages before the banquet ended. This is a proven fact. Now, do you still have anything to say for yourself? Of course I do. What? Motive, you see? Motive. You say all that, but why would I ever want to kill the shorty? The shrine's a bit more lively with her around. I have no reason to kill her. In that case, the same goes for Hirari. She's no motive either. She's only a suspect because she lacks an alibi. No, she does. What motive? It might sound a bit unbelievable, but I assume you all aren't aware of the fact that Sukuna has an older sister. Lamau, no, she don't. And a long time ago, this older sister of hers had a grudge with Hirari. And not some small grudge, but a big, big grudge. Hirari found out about Sukuna, the younger sister of her nemesis, and killed her before she could cause any trouble. So, it should be reason enough. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. How is that possible? Hirari isn't the kind of person you just described. I've told you before, maybe she's not as harmless as she looks on the surface? That's just your baseless assertion. Do you have anything to back it up? Of course I do, but it's from hundreds of years ago. I doubt you believe me anyways. What? Hundreds of years? Stop spouting nonsense. Hirari hadn't even been born at that time. She's only 14. Ah, yes, the Hirari right now is only 14 years old. But the grudge formed hundreds of years ago between Hirari and Sukuna's sister is something I witnessed with my own 2 eyes. What's up with that? I don't get it at all. Cut the crap. None of this proves Hirari is suspicious. On the flip side, do you have anything to disprove this motive? This is so stupid. Hirari was afraid her nemesis sister would cause her trouble, so she struck first. This already suffices as a motive. For that, all we have to do is look at Hirari's past. That'll prove what you're saying is nonsense. Ah, that's right. You need to look into it. But even if it's a 14-year-old girl, dragging up her entire past is going to take some time. Ain't that right? So before that, let's call it a day first. You can interrogate me all you want once you're done looking into things, yeah? What? You want us to just let you go? If we're to let you off the hook, you definitely would destroy any evidence there could still be left behind. Ah, man, not being trusted sure is a pain. But I can't go any other way, right? You tell her, Mary. Well, you have no authority to detain someone who is not the most likely suspect. If you cannot prove that Hirari is not the most likely suspect, then the outcome is still the same. Yomu-san! Damn it! If we just let her off, she'll definitely use the opportunity to dispose of any evidence that could still exist. We only managed to corner her by finding evidence on the jar at the last minute. We never had much evidence to begin with. If I don't finish this now... seems like it's about time. Hey, Mary, what do you think? It would seem I should go back and organize all the information, as well as consider various possibilities. What you just described, as outrageous as it may be, is not completely out of the question until we've thoroughly looked into it. Damn it, Mary, you! Change, if it weren't as cowardly as last time. But I have a few questions regarding Sukuna's older sister. Miss Suika said Sukuna's sister and Hirari had a grudge. And how did you know Sukuna has a sister? Did you hear it from Sukuna herself? If it was just something you heard, the very existence of this older sister comes into question. Oh, no, of course not. That older sister of Sukuna's is someone I've met myself. Her grudge with Hirari is something I saw with my own eyes. Then could you please tell us about her? What kind of person is she, and how did you come to know her? Oh, that's actually a long story. You see, what's going on? Is she currently stalling for time? Aya, Yomu-san, don't waste this golden opportunity. Aya? Mary-san is buying you time. This is a good chance to think, so don't miss it. Her? How could that be? Ah, yeah, her attention's aside. Just don't let this time go to waste, otherwise it'll really slip away. You're not wrong, but what can we even think about right now? Hirari's supposed motive isn't something we can take down at a moment's notice. Don't forget to turn things around. If Suika-chan used Hirari-chan's motive to get off the hook, then Yomu can use Suika-chan's motive to prove her suspicion too. But how am I supposed to make a motive appear out of thin air? Her reason for killing Sukuna, I have no clue. Listen up, Yomu-san. Your mind is just in disarray. As what Suika-chan just said is too out of this world. At a time like this, you need to purge your mind of all unnecessary thoughts and unblock your train of thought. Basically, you need to exercise your mind. Excise my mind? It's like a metaphor. Just cut down all the unnecessary thoughts like you usually do. What the hell are you telling me right now? Once all unnecessary thoughts have been cleared out, everything will become clear as day. Just try it, Yomu-san. Close your eyes, deep breaths, feel your own heartbeat, and purge your mind! Alright, I'll give it a shot. Oh, what? What? This is your player character. Cannot move without attacking. This is your attack range. It automatically lights up when an attack enters. Attack using left and right arrow keys. This is the edge of the screen. Enemies will come from both sides. This is the number of remaining enemies. There are borders to the left and right of the screen. When you reach the border, you can't defend against enemies from that side. Please attack with a distance in mind. Oh. This is weird. Hohoi! Belt them. Oh, that's kind of neat. 82%. Do it again. Exercise your mind. Pribly. Okay. Perfect! I got nothing for that, but I did it. 100% mind clear. At this stage, the entire case is muddled up with the absurdities appearing one after another. But if we look beyond that and only focus solely on the results, Suika ultimately caused everyone to think Hirari is the most likely suspect. Moving the body to the storehouse and leaving behind the mask was to pin the crime on someone once the body was discovered. And yet the storehouse is overly clean and the blood of the crime scene has been washed off, quickly clearing Kokoro of any doubts. At this point, people would naturally suspect Hirari. What if even that was within Suika's calculations? Every time Hirari is mentioned, Suika starts to act very strangely. Reasons aside, there's a clear hostility towards her. Suika's hostile towards Hirari, I can feel that clearly. If it was Kokoro she wanted to harm, there wouldn't be a reason. But if it was Hirari she wanted to harm, that's highly possible. Keto-san said we could still be caught unaware in someone's trap. Could it be the true intention behind Suika's actions? What she's actually after? No, that's unthinkable. How could this be? Even so, Suika had always been acting strange towards Hirari. Every time Hirari is mentioned, she starts talking about incomprehensible things. Then maybe this unthinkable motive is right on the bullseye. What the hell is going on? So now do you understand? Yes, I never would have imagined such a person exists. People with that sort of personality are few and far between, even in the outside world. They're few and far between in any era. Few and far between. Most don't even come close to her. Well, it's about time, right? I've said enough, haven't I? I want to have a drink and hit the sack while it's still early. You're welcome to drop by any time if you're still interested, though. Ah, well, not yet. Huh? What's up? Suddenly I have a very strong... You said Hirari has a motive and you don't? Yep, what's your point? You say Hirari saw her nemesis' sister at the banquet and decided to strike first. Then maybe we could put it another way. Perhaps you saw an enemy at the banquet and decided to pin a crime on her in order to get revenge. What'd you say? The Oni are a candid race. They absolutely would not hesitate to take revenge. Is that wrong? Watch your mouth. How could I kill the shorty just to take revenge? So you admit you have a grudge with Hirari? So what if I do? How could I kill someone just for that? You could have. From the start, we all fell for your trap. Moving the body, planting the mask, on the surface it looked like you're trying to frame Kokoro. But you thought even further ahead. You intentionally created a fake crime scene for us to see through, all in order to spring an even bigger trap. To frame and make people doubt Hirari, that's the reason you did all this. Say what? What? Why? That's dumb. Who would kill someone just to pin it on someone else? It does sound rather silly, but isn't that the reason you gave even more absurd? You knew that the investigators would have figured out the storehouse wasn't the actual crime scene and find the true crime scene from the get-go. Then Kokoro's doubts would be dismissed and you never went to the back of the storehouse, leaving Hirari as the most likely suspect. Nonsense. I can sense it. You harbor a deep hatred for Hirari, and it's not the usual kind of hate. For an Oni to harbor resentment for hundreds of years, it must run deep. Deeper than I could possibly imagine. So what? I never killed a shorty no matter how much I hate her. Perhaps this is your obsession. Obsession? Perhaps hundreds of years ago the supposed Hirari used the same method to pin a crime on you. That's why you resent her. That's why you went to such extremes to take revenge on the current Hirari. How did you... No, that's ridiculous. You claim this is ridiculous, then isn't your story about the 14-year-old Hirari having a grudge with someone hundreds of years ago equally unreliable? What's important now isn't whether I'm correct. It's that you now have a valid motive. You are still the most likely suspect. Don't think I'll just keep quiet. This is fucking... Dude, this is so weird. This, like... I don't... Who the hell is... Who is Hirari? Who is she? Everything you just said is rubbish. That's quite the reaction. You're the one who's accused me of underhanded means. I'm already being very polite. Oh boy, looks like she's really blown her top. What this also means, maybe she might slip up because of it. Killing the shorty in order to frame Hirari? Dumbest thing I've ever heard all day. Is it really that unlikely? Not possible. Who do you think I am? Think before you speak. You're already pissing me off. And so, the Oni known for doing as they please wouldn't get payback when offended? Of course you gotta get even when needed. But only towards the enemy. Dragging in random people would be a disgrace to all Oni. The honor of the Oni, huh? They do sound like a rather respectable race. But if I can't let it end just like that, no matter what, I will clear Hirari's name. I admit I don't like Hirari Marikiri. Why do you hate Hirari so much? I just don't approve of some of the things she's done. What she did can only be called shameless. What exactly did she do? You'd just doubt me if I told you. So I refuse to tell you. Just a bit curious. But I can't let that affect me. I have to focus on breaking through. But I'd never go that far. Absolutely not. Maybe something agitated you and made you do what you did. If it was in the heart of the moment, you'd do things you usually wouldn't do. Watch your mouth. No matter what, I'll never do something that's dishonorable. This is the Oni's pride. Then if you wouldn't do that, does that mean you'd do something less drastic when agitated? The hell does that mean? I said watch your mouth. She's not budging. I'll have to finish her off with evidence then. You never touched Sukuna after the banquet started? Yeah, I never touched her. You got a problem with that? On the surface, that might sound like an absolute truth, but maybe she should have showed a gap in her defense. Da-dong! You betrayed the Oni's pride. What does that mean? The Oni never lie. You said something to that effect, yes. But just now, you casually told a gigantic lie. Shut up! Where did I lie? You said you never laid a finger on Sukuna. So? It seems you aren't aware of the something. Your fingerprints have been found on Sukuna's clothes. Sukuna changed clothes before the banquet, so they definitely got on there during it. And it's impossible to leave these fingerprints after the body was found, so saying it was an accident is useless. You said you hadn't touched Sukuna so confidently. then I suppose you really didn't touch her where the banquet was taking place. So conversely, when did you touch Sekunda's clothes? I can answer that for you. It was when you moved the body. How about it? Do you have anything left to say? Why am I convicting all of my favorite characters? Able to enter the storehouse unnoticed, moving the body, wanting to see the innocent Hirari punished, touching the victim's clothes. Good thing Jun doesn't exist yet. Everything points towards you, Suika Ibuki. Suika-chan, did you really? Man, what a pain. I said I never killed anyone. Never killed anyone. Do you have to be so annoying? Well, even if you say that. Seriously, you just had to go and overcomplicate things. That's it. I'm out. Sorry, but just being stubborn won't get you out of this. Now you'll take Hirari's place as the most likely suspect to be taken into custody. And the innocent young girl you frame will no longer have to suffer any injustice. You! We have enough evidence to prove that you are the most likely suspect. Pardon me for interrupting. Don't hit me with an updated autopsy report. Ah, good timing, Keto Oji-san. We have a new most likely suspect now, Suika Ibuki. Oh, is that so? I just so happen to be looking for Miss Suika as well. What? Please follow me to the back, Miss Suika. Alright. What on earth is... Miss Suika, please put a drop of your blood into this vial. Sure. What could Keto-ji-san be doing? I'm not sure, but it seems to be related to that patch of blood. That patch of blood, what could be wrong with it? It's done. What's done? Something found? Indeed, everyone, if you would please take a look at this. That's a rubbing of the blood on the wall. Correct? Now take a look at this. What? This blood stain has been tampered with. What do you mean by tampered with? It looks like there's a piece of it missing at the bottom. Allow me to explain from the beginning. At the start, when I was checking whether this patch of blood belonged to the victim, I discovered that it was a bit impure. What does that mean? In other words, while traces of the victim's blood were detected, it also detected traces of another person's blood. I suspected something had gone wrong with the test, but as of this moment, we can be certain. So you mean... Yes, it's exactly that, Miss Yomu. Miss Suika, your blood has also been detected within this patch of blood. What? What? That's... What on earth is going on? As you all saw, this is the blood stain after stripping away most of Miss Suika's blood. What? Why would she leave her own blood behind on the crime scene? Miss Yomu, what's important isn't why the blood is there. Huh? It's why the victim's blood isn't on the missing area. What? Generally, we assume that the wound was the victim's forehead caused... The wound on the victim's forehead caused this patch of blood. It could even be caused by the impact itself. If the blood naturally flowed downwards, it would never leave behind such an unnatural spot. Unless... Unless what? Unless something had been present there, obstructing the blood from naturally flowing down. And the season for blood to completely dry out and stop flowing would take at least an hour. Then we should focus on that. What obstructed the blood from flowing downwards? Something in the crime scene obstructed the blood from flowing. Could it be... Hoi oi oi. Hoi oi oi. It's this. It's not this. What's with that stare? Yo, stay calm. If it's obstructed the blood flow from down, it must have gotten a lot of blood on it itself. Right now, I can't find any objects that fit that criteria. Something in the crime scene... Oh, if it had blood on it. No? Holy Christ. Oh. There's no way it's the badge. That'd be stupid. I tried it anyway, though. I tried it anyway. And then what is it? not the mallet. It's not the sake jar. It was Sukuna herself. It seems Miss Yomu has found the answer. When it comes to something that could have obstructed the blood from flowing, only one item comes to mind, the victim's corpse. While we still cannot be certain, we'll know once we check the body back at Ayante. I doubt we're off the mark, however. Wait, doesn't that mean... That's correct. It takes at least 1 hour for the blood to completely dry, so the body had not been touched for at least an hour after the murder. Eh? How could that be? Wasn't the body immediately moved to the storehouse? We can only assume that conclusion was wrong. The body was only moved to the storehouse an hour later. Wait, doesn't that mean my argument has completely collapsed? Yeah, seems like it. All my suspicion hinges on the fact that I moved the body, right? If that's wrong, then everything else falls like a house of cards. No, Yomu's deduction is still valid. Huh? You did move the body to the storehouse, but the victim died an hour earlier. What? Doesn't that mean... Yes, the murder happened before Suika left the banquet. Which is to say, no matter what, Suika Ibuki is not the killer. What? She didn't kill anyone, yet she moved the body, made a fake crime scene, and framed Hirari? How's that possible? I told you from the start, I'd never kill the shorty for revenge or anything else. What the heck? What's going on? I'm completely lost. Miss Suika, to conduct a more precise investigation on this blood stain, I need you to take a trip to Ayante with me for further tests. It may take a very long time. Please forgive the inconvenience. Come on, at this stage I have to go even if I don't want to. Just kidding, stuff like that ain't a problem. Thank you for your cooperation. Miss Yomu, I say we end this here for now. Eh? With such a dramatic change in the situation, I believe we all need some time to think and go over a few things. Even if you don't trust Miss Suika, we can guarantee she's trying. Can't try anything at least until the next day. It should be fine. I understand that, but Hirari... I feel sorry for her, but it can't be helped. She'll have to bear with it a bit longer. We can't afford to be careless under such circumstances. Yomu-san. I understand. I'll wait for Keto Oji-san's results. That would be for the best. I'll go as well. I'll gain a better understanding if I could see the results myself. That's fine, Miss Mary. Yomu-san, there's no other way. We'll have to come back the next day. Let's go. Okay. The case has been completely upended. The body was only moved an hour after. That pushes the truth even further away. Suika and Sukuna, what could have happened? Hirari, forgive me. I promise I'll get you out tomorrow. Well, chat, that seems like a good spot to stop, huh? Oh, it's been 2.5 hours. And we're on the second half of the case now. Which means there's going to be a whole other investigation and everything. So I think I'm actually going to stop there. Load should be fine, right? Okay. Hour and a half. Yeah, fucking right, mate. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, lawyer. Alright, hold on. Let me just make sure it, in the riskiest method possible. Let's just make sure it's saved. I mean, it should save, right? Load. Okay, it's good. We're good. We're good. So yeah, chat. I'm gonna stop here, cause I could finish it today, but this is gonna go on for like 4 hours if I do. So I'm just gonna break this up into 2. So that was the first half, and we'll finish it next time. I'm very confused, but that's to be expected. I'm very confused, and I'm curious to see what's going on with it. And if I split it up like this, it means anyone who couldn't catch the start can now catch up properly, right? So I will stop it there. I will resume on Thursday, and I'll finish the case. I'll finish the case on Thursday. So you got a few days.